Alright, and welcome to Zenless once again, the new version released today, which is definitely the only thing that you'd be excited for today. But anyway, yeah, the new Zenless version released today, which once again features more story to go through. I believe, actually no, I'm gonna deal with that, I guess, at some point. So basically, from my understanding, we once again have two new characters. I believe they're both Spook Shack. I'm not quite sure, but from my understanding, they are. So we'll certainly be going back. No, I'm just gonna deal with that now. So we're certainly going to go back to the Spook Shack, which both Yusuha and Alice were also from. So I guess maybe we'll run into them again. I'm not sure personally. We'll probably see if I had to guess. Alright. So I'm just gonna have a look. I guess. Yeah, so all we can do right now is I guess just have them go here. I guess I'm just gonna go one here and then another one right here as well, and then we'll just have them do their thing. And in the meanwhile, I guess I do have enough, but I probably don't have anything that I can use to craft, unfortunately. But it does look like we can sell things. At least this, at the very least. Not much from anything else, but let's have a look. Oh, we can level up, actually. That gets us to level 12. And, well, that's unlucky, because I'm pretty sure oh, hang on. No, I can do that, because... No, wrong button. We can just remove someone from the dispatch, I believe. So, yeah, I think it asks us for 2 free. Okay. Yeah, there we go. 2 free. I'm just gonna have them do the full hour, 20 hours, because why not? And there we go. So they'll do that. In the meanwhile, that allows us to level up once again. Which gets us to level 12. And from now on, we'll just have to wait a while longer for us to actually get new content. Right. So in that sense, I think we can just continue on then. Oh, hang on. You want to be replaced, it seems. So I guess I'll just pick you then. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Right. So let's get into the actual story. So, 2 new characters. I actually forgot what they were called, to be honest with you. Right, Seed and Orphie / Magus, which I guess is two people in one go. So I guess let's just get into it and let's see what awaits us in the story chapter named "Do Not Go Gentle into That Good Night." We'll see. I have no info so far. I didn't watch the trailer, to be honest, so no idea what will happen. We'll be seeing that live as usual. Right, Belle is looking over a message from someone. Her face turning serious. The kind of look that says, "Here comes another tough job." Your proxy instincts are telling you to turn and walk away. Why is perfect timing? I feel like I've heard that before. The mayor sent a message earlier saying, "Give me a call when both your siblings are together." An official message from the mayor usually happens something big is about to happen. Should we contact him right away? simulated signals from city administration's search through the encrypted line. After a few seconds of whispering white noise, a familiar image and voice emerges from the audiovisual device.
Hey kids, I trust you've been well.
I don't think we've seen his face before, have we? Strangely enough.
The miasma shrouding Lemnian Hollow still hasn't cleared, and since Wi-Fi Peninsula is also a major production area for porcelain ore, I imagine the air quality there isn't so great.
We haven't noticed that so far, but I guess the game doesn't really get too deep into that. Compared to the air quality issue, the air in the city isn't much better.
The city's air isn't great, but the real concern is the miasma still spreading through Wi-Fi Peninsula. Do you have any plans to address it, Mr. Mayor?
A close attendant friend of mine once told me that, as a senior, it's more friendly to start with some pleasantries before diving into the main topic.
Why did the music just randomly stop? Let's see.
But enough
There.
small talk. I'm calling
I guess maybe that's why.
threat of the miasma and the danger still posed by the exaltists.
So actually, it does sound like we're going back to the main thing. I mean, which 2.1 was... It was related, but also at the same time a bit of an excursion, so to say.
Miasma is a natural byproduct within the hollows, a unique form of ether that causes more severe corruption effects than ordinary ether, producing even more powerful ethereals and sacrifices. That's nothing new to you two, Phaethon, but the miasma raging within Lemnian Hollow has far exceeded what natural seepage could produce.
So, presumably, we're still facing... Well, obviously, the exaltists haven't been cleared yet, so that should be very obvious.
They've been using miasma to research and create sacrifices. And now miasma is spreading rampantly within the hollow.
That's right. From thwarting the Exaltists' plan to seize control of Wi-Fi Peninsula to dismantling Porcelumex, everything you've done has surely dealt a major blow to the Exaltists' influence in the region.
But they're still clearly going on. But a root of Exaltist's evil? To kill a snake, you have to cut off the head.
But the Exaltist actions are still harming the people of Wi-Fi Peninsula, and the miasma in Lemnian Hollow shows no sign of letting up.
Which brings me to the reason I'm troubling you both this time. The opportunity to root out that evil once and for all has finally arrived.
Okay, sounds good, but it's surprisingly early.
Porcelumex's co-chief executive officer Ferox secretly allied with the Exaltists to carry
But
out
we'll see.
lawful hollow experiments, seriously endangering the safety and interests of Wi-Fi Peninsula's citizens and businesses.
But that happened in 2. Was it 0 or 1? No, it was 1 word.
I'll spare you all the official jargon, but in short, Porcelumex's influence and control over Wi-Fi Peninsula have been significantly restricted.
So that would be a good opportunity for the Exaltists to step
But
in.
investigations and operations by the city government in Wi-Fi Peninsula are still being hindered because another major player has rolled in. A defense force unit, led by Major General Lorenz, has been deployed to Wi-Fi Peninsula over the past few days, imposing temporary military control to investigate Porcelumex and contain the Exaltist threat.
Who is that? The defense force? What's up with this new player showing up all of a sudden?
The Defense Force wasn't involved with the issues in Wi-Fi Peninsula before, so why'd they show up now?
Wi-Fi Peninsula is a key porcelain production area after all, and has always been a highly contested prize amongst the city's various official powers. Besides protecting the city, everyone is eager to claim a bigger share of the wealth and influence it provides.
Of course. Right. So...
Major General Lorenz is no easygoing man. Ruthless would be the mildest way to describe him when it comes to achieving his goals. According to my sources, he has a close personal relationship with Porcelumex's other co-chief executive officer, Lucro, and the two often work together.
And I guess that's why they moved in, because someone clearly needed help.
With Ferox's downfall, Lucro secured Lorenz's support by offering him a share of Yfe Peninsula's interests. Having the backing of a Defense Force Major General would greatly benefit his dealings within TOPS.
Sounds like a power game between TOPS and the Defense Force. But where exactly is this opportunity to take out the Exaltist remnants?
According to the action plan the Defense Force submitted to the city, eradicate the Exaltists sits at the top of their agenda. That's also their most legitimate reason for deploying to Yfe Peninsula.
So I guess our job will be to just, like, kind of use the Defense Force being here. Clearly they're supposed to be, like, exerting control over this region, right? But the official reason is they want to get rid of the Exaltists, which we of course want. So I guess we're gonna be looking into the opportunity to just have them actually do that.
Of course, I don't believe Lorenz is only there to dutifully protect the city, but with poor Salumex and the Defense Force already muddying the waters, a heavy-handed move by the municipal government could turn the conflict into a turf war over interests.
And that's the reason why we are being involved.
But I do believe that protecting the citizens' safety is more important than short-term gains. That's why neither the city government nor Yunquei Summit can act directly this time.
But I guess that's where we come in. Even though we are technically part of Yunquei Summit for now.
But for you, Phaethon,
Although it's not like people know that, right? So I guess it's time for us then.
Yes, Phaethon, a legend among proxies, an outlaw of the underground.
Because nobody
the
knows
last
that we
disciple of the
are
secret
part of
research
Yunquei's,
Mayor
like,
Mayflower's
for now.
wondrous right hand,
And I
the
guess
one
we're
who
just
saved the
gonna
Void
be
Witcher from
appearing
burning up lives.
randomly.
It's my time to
Which
shine,
sounds like
right?
a bit of a plan, I guess. But I'm not 100% confident, if I'm gonna be honest.
to be honest, I won't need all those people helping me. But you're right. It's time for the protagonist to take the stage. I spotted the name Obel Squad on the Defense Forces unit roster.
Oh!
I've heard of their past exploits. And some of
Oh,
their
right.
members have
I
had more
believe,
professional
hang on.
dealings
I believe
with you.
Sade was
They
from
make
the
me a
Obel Squad.
trustworthy source of support.
So, yeah, I believe Sade was from the Obel Squad, and the other character, I believe... Or was I wrong? Anyway, I think I might have mislabeled them earlier, to be honest. Actually, I am gonna check, because I'm not sure. No, I believe Sade was Obel Squad, I think. Yes, she is. And, okay, they're both Obel Squad. Okay, God. Never mind then. Right. So, yeah, the Spook Shack returns next version in 2.3. We're still on 2.2 for now, of course. Right.
Their commanding officer this time is Miss Isolda, who worked with you during the investigation into the Exaltists in Porcelumex. I assume you're already well acquainted with her.
I mean, we've already run into the Obel Squad a few times before.
So we'll be
We're not
taking
coming
an
in
operation
from
against the
just out of
Exaltists as
nowhere,
proxies working with the
at the
Defense
very
Force.
least.
Exactly. But the title proxy won't fly in the Defense Force's operational report. You'll be introduced as Special Holotech Advisors and the Mayor's Special Envoy for Military Operations during your visit with the Defense Force.
So what is gonna be our name then?
Sorry, official organizations do love to make up long and difficult to remember titles.
I guess we're still gonna be
Those titles
staying
can
with
come in handy.
Phaethon, I
Though I have to
guess.
say, the ones you came
Even
up with a
though
moment ago
everyone
sound a
should
lot
know that name. At least like in the Zenless sphere, I guess. Let's see. About the intel on our teacher, there is still no need on our teacher yet.
By the way, we came across a few scattered clues about our teacher in the last mission, but we still didn't make any real headway.
There's still no solid intel on Miss Carol Arna, but within the limits permitted by the Defense Force, you're still free to pursue her whereabouts as you see fit.
I, to be honest, don't even expect anything like any official, not official, not much info until like we get closer like we get throughout the versions. In the meanwhile, YouTube chat. Hello, Mirror. I'm going to stay and chill watching you. Nice. I hope you are gonna have a fun time.
I've already informed
Right,
the defense
so-
force and Miss Isolde in advance. The specific plans and arrangements will be up to you two to discuss with Isolde and Obel Squad.
So we're gonna, I guess, we're going to meet Obel in just a moment,
I have
presumably.
official duties to attend to, and you both have an important mission ahead. So let's
A few of them we already know.
once again, I wish you the
But of
best
course,
luck.
this version contains a few more people that have joined. Well, not joined really, but we'll be meeting them for the first time. Right, taking down the Exaltists, the Defense Force, looks like this job won't be easy. I hope we don't run into any trouble. I hope we don't run into any annoying people. Go with trouble. But hey, we get to team up with Obel Squad again. Coach 11 and Trigger will be happy to see you too, raid-wise. And of course, a couple of new acquaintances we've crossed paths with before. But before heading out, maybe we should let Yixu and Shifu and the others know. We definitely should. I think. So let's have a talk with her to see what she thinks about that, which I guess means that we are going to be temporarily not at Yixu and at the temple, basically. So we'll be seeing how that goes. Right. I've been expecting you, Wise. Don't give me that Yixu and Shifu is all-knowing look. I only knew because the mayor contacted me in advance. It seems that really is why you're here. Yunkai Summit and is on good terms with the mayor, so he can't get directly involved in Defense Force affairs. Which means I have no choice but to send my talented student. I won't bring shame to the sect. Shaming the sect is the least of your worries. The Exaltists play dirty, and the Defense Force throws its weight around. You're neither skilled enough nor strong enough to deal with either of them alone. That's why you have to act with the utmost caution. Your own safety has to come first before you try to help anyone else. Alright, Sweebian Temple isn't going anywhere. Get a good night's rest here tonight, and then go take care of whatever you need to do. Remember, if you get into any trouble out there, just give them your Shifu's name. Should we though? I mean, from my understanding, we shouldn't involve Sweebian Temple and them, basically. So that would have to be the, like, very last resort, to be honest. Right, you carefully calibrate the HDD device in Sweebian Temple's inner chamber, then spend some time chatting with your senior brothers and sisters. Before you realize it, the night has already fallen. Right, time to talk with Belle. The Defense Force sent word. We're meeting up with the Obel Squad tomorrow morning. The coordinates are in the Lemian Hollow. We're meeting inside the Hollow? This is how the military does things. That's curious. Although at the same time, I guess it probably... I mean, they're probably trying to be a bit undercover, I guess, which the Hollow is probably the easiest choice to do so. If I had to guess. See, that's right. The Defense Force wants us to link up with the Obel Squad during the operation. Afterward, we are to return to the base together. Supposedly, it's meant to help us work more smoothly with Obel Squad and to test our capabilities as the mayor's special envoys. I spent the whole afternoon tuning the HDD device. It's pretty much done. You should take it easy and rest up for tomorrow's operation. Time to go to sleep. YouTube chat. But the hollow itself might have Exaltus spies lurking around. That's true. Personally, I was more considering the, like, public in that sense. But it does mean that they have to be sure that they are not running into anyone. Well, let's get into it, and looks like we're getting introduced into the first new character. In a dream made from electric impulses and numerical signals in Magus's memory.
The Hollow hit City Center out of nowhere. Without support from the Obsidian Division, they won't hold for long.
I knew you couldn't count on Helios's warning systems.
Doesn't matter. We've seen worse, haven't we?
If I had to guess, this is giving me vibes from the fall of the old capital.
The track we're guarding this time is a key route for evacuating civilians and transporting aid. This is our last line of defense. The civilians are right behind us. We must hold the line.
Magus, you're late today?
You never miss Captain's pep talk.
Let me guess. You were off doing last-minute gear checks for us.
So it sounded, so from my understanding, Magus should be the robot, I believe, that Orphie has alongside her.
They've got a point.
I'm not sure if it's a robot or I haven't really looked into it too much yet.
Tardiness is unacceptable, soldier.
But in this case, it's clearly a person.
Obsidian Division. Agamemnon Squad assembled.
Obsidian Division. Agamemnon Squad. Requesting backup. Obsidian Division. Agamemnon Squad. Requesting backup.
So it looks like they're clearly losing.
Fall back. No, we have to kill it. Whatever it takes.
Still wondering where, like, in which time zone we're currently at, but I do still think it's probably the fall of the old capital.
I'm from Yunkoi Summit. We'll hold the line from here. You can fall back now, comrades.
Everyone, we can still save them. And the civilians, they're right behind us. We can't back down.
And I guess we're circling back to what we previously heard from Yixuan. Maybe?
So, is this the end? Revenge. Against what? The Hollow? Against everything.
And looks like someone's getting a little bit mad.
I've already lost everything.
So I know that these are the or first new characters,
Captain?
which I think we're about to be introduced to.
Nagus, were you dreaming again?
And yes, there they are. So I know that's Orphie and that's Magus, as we can see. And it sounds like Magus clearly has a history within the military.
Don't dream. It was just leftover cache fragments tucked away deep in my memory module.
So, were you dreaming about the past again?
It's a good thing you gave up your studies at the Meta School to enlist, Orphie.
What can I say? My brain can be a bit slow at times. Anyway, Magus, you talk in your sleep all the time.
I don't sleep. It's a self-diagnostic mode.
And I've told you
Sure.
before,
Technically
use my
true,
proper
I guess,
tone one,
but
two, and stop eavesdropping on me.
it does feel awfully similar to sleeping.
Yes, Captain Magus! I swear, I'll never listen to you sleep-talking again. But given how you're always right behind me, it's kinda hard not to overhear.
It's not sleep-talking. It's echoes of residual signals from the vocal module during self-diagnostic mode.
Yes, Captain Magus! I swear, I'll never eavesdrop on your, whatever that was during self-diagnostic mode again.
I do like her though, I think.
Still, it's strange. I actually overslept today. I mean, my self-diagnostic ran longer than expected.
Obviously, we'll have to go further down, further through the story to like really figure out the characters.
Feels
But
like some kind of bad
so
omen.
far, I kind of like it. I do like them.
Are intelligent constructs superstitious too?
Well, I am just like you. An idiot who dropped out of school to join
In the meanwhile, YouTube chat, I feel something thundery about Captain Magus. I see where you're coming from, personally. Probably true as well.
Enough breakfast chit-chat. Time to get ready for this morning's operational briefing, Orphie.
Are these based on this conversation,
Yes,
on this
Captain Magus.
single conversation? Yeah, definitely. But of course, we'll see how things progress. And it looks like they've just basically completely taken on the upper road. Right, let's see. Captain Magus, squad member Orphie, I've been waiting here for you. You left the sniper to wait here all alone. That's not how an assault trooper should operate, Orphie. But you were the one who woke up late. I told you that was a necessary systems check and maintenance. Right, sure. Now, getting into position early to cover their squad mates is part of a sniper's job too, isn't it? Let's head to the operation briefing before the colonel scolds everyone in Obel squad for being late. Alright, where do we need to go? Just down the road, right next to Sleep and Soldier 11. Obel squad assemble! Captain Magus, even after all this time, Soldier 11 has remained disciplined and focused. That's what you call a model soldier. Aren't I a model soldier? You see, are a soldier too. Sounds like there's a bit of a history here. If you join the Scouts seat, you'd definitely be an honor scout. I feel like there's a memory somewhere in my past, something about being in the Scouts. If I weren't busy taking care of Senior, I'd absolutely be an honored member. So kind of sounds like she might not always be where she's supposed to. Captain, we've got about 12 or 13 push-ups worth of time before we're late for the operation briefing, depending on whether we're doing them one-handed or two. Let's hurry to the operation briefing, or we'll be punished as problem squad members before we ever get a chance to become honored ones. Where do we need to go though? Further down, let's talk with Isolde. Of course, we also have a bit of history with her so far. Let's see. Indeed, my experience is... first impression is always mistaken in Zenless. Push up, Soldier 11, Ancient Story Flashback. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so first impression? Like, I noticed this with Yusuha in the last version. I didn't like her at first, but once you learned more about her, I did start to like, yeah, to basically like her, so to say. So it's always hard to tell how someone will turn out, like with just the first conversation.
Good morning, everyone. Today's briefing is to discuss the tactical details for the raid on the Exaltis stronghold. Thanks to previous infiltration ops and documents from Porcelumex, we've gathered intel on several key Exaltis communication hubs within the Hollow.
So they are certainly trying to look into destroying the Exaltists. And I guess we'll be joining them.
We still need more detailed intel on the exact location of their headquarters.
In the meanwhile, Twitch chat, Uri Perry, hey, what's up? How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Therefore, before the main force advances into the Hollow to launch a full sweep, we will deploy several elite squads to their comms outposts within the Hollow for recon. The first shot of this battle will be fired by Obel. The results you achieve will be critical to the success of the operations that follow.
We are going to be rating the Exaltists. First people will be Obel. And I guess us alongside. Or Phaethon, rather.
Captain Magus, remember to use proper ranks during operations?
Yes, ma'am. After all these years, it's not like you don't know my bad habits.
In the meanwhile, Twitch chat, I'm great, thanks. How's the game going? It's going pretty good so far, I would say.
Magus? Captain, you were the one lecturing me about that just this morning.
After all this time, we finally get to fight side by side again, Isolde.
Magus just ignores Orphie. Got it.
Ma'am, I heard for this operation, a special envoy from the city government will be assisting Obel Squad. Is that confirmed?
Oh, so, of course, so far they don't actually know that, that Faith will be joining. They just know that someone will be joining. But not who.
Yeah. Trigger was just telling me.
And it sounds like
a super capable and trustworthy friend coming to work with us.
Oh, never mind. I guess Trigger does know.
Trigger is right. There will indeed be a guest from the city government joining us as a technical advisor to assist Obel Squad in the operation.
Because the way Orphie's been describing what Trigger said earlier, they certainly, like, she certainly knows who we are about, like, who they are about to meet. In the meanwhile, YouTube chat, Ari Perry, how long have you been playing this game? Since launch, like a year ago.
Per the agreed arrangements, our guest will meet you all inside.
Granted, like, off and on, right? Previously, I've only been focusing, or like, recently, rather, I've been mainly focusing on the story and haven't much looked into, like, building characters. You'll likely see that later on if we do get to pick our own. But right, let's get back into the story. And let's introduce Phaethon to the Obel Squad. Presumably.
The Exaltists have long
oh no, one cutscene.
Peninsula. Obsidian Division's mission is simple. Eliminate the source of this chaos once and for all. Their repeated failures have cost them dearly. Our task now is to eliminate the remaining stragglers and strike directly at their headquarters. We have obtained intel on multiple enemy strongholds. You will be deployed as scouts. Your objective is to investigate and pinpoint the enemy's main base. Blitz Squad will handle the frontal assault. You will also rendezvous with the technical advisor dispatched by the mayor and assist them in securing the key data. Aegis Squad, you will strike the enemy from the air, providing firepower and intel support for all units on the ground. Operation codename Blitz and Aegis. Obel Squad, gear up and get ready!
It didn't look like... It didn't look like we'll be working alongside Trigger. and Soldier. But instead, we're gonna be looking or like getting our first-hand experience with Orphie and Magus. Let's see, when Orphie and Magus are on the field, they can unleash different aftershock attacks based on their energy and recover bottled heat. With sufficient bottled heat, hold to unleash the EX special attack Heat Charge, granting the whole squad the zeroed-in effect, which boosts their abilities. Okay, now we do get Trigger, not Trigger, Coach 11 alongside.
We're en route with the chopper. ETA 20 minutes. Landing at Blitz Squad 3 o'clock.
Which is interesting because based on the cutscene that we kind of got like just before we headed into this battle. Well, that's kind of cool, that attack. It looked like they were labeling the or like the Trigger and Soldier Squad differently. Like I believe it said Aegis in the subtitles. Which is why I thought we'd be just having Seed and Orphie and Magus. But apparently not.
She prefers getting to know our partners in live combat scenarios rather than listening to someone introduce them. At least, that's what Colonel Isolde said.
You're making me sound like I'm some unreasonable, clueless kid or something.
Really? I just hope the captain doesn't end up chewing out the envoy.
Is there anything up here? I don't think so. Right, Twitch chat. I mostly play action games like Rainbow Six, COD, CS, etc. Do you play these games? I don't. And in the meanwhile, YouTube chat. Probably later since we split up the squad. True. And that's where we're meeting with Wise. Or Phaethon, rather.
Captain Magus, this is the Special Hollow Technology Consultant, the Mayor's Special Envoy for Military Operations, as well as the...
Wait, didn't Isolde say there was only one target? How many people are we talking about here?
Well, you're still talking about one that basically just has 1,000 titles. Twitch chat. Oh, by the way, what's your profession besides streaming? I'm a software developer. Wait, let's see. Those are some long titles. Just call me Lord Fate. Let's not do that.
Hey,
this isn't Vivian.
Forget the titles. Why don't you all just call me Proxy?
Although I probably wouldn't have done that either, but anyway.
So this is the amazing Mr. Phaethon that Trigger and Soldier 11 were talking about. Turns out you're actually pretty down to earth.
I know who you are. You must be the infamous Phaethon they mentioned, right?
Yep, that's who we are indeed. Also, isn't it kind of weird? Thinking about it, Yonkai's Summit isn't supposed to be in action here, but I'm not sure if that's just because of the skin. But clearly, he's still wearing the Yonkai's Summit uniform, so that's a little weird. But I'm just gonna ignore that. In the meanwhile, YouTube chat, the least kept secret in New Erido. Yes, indeed.
Trigger was definitely talking about the renowned Mr. Phaethon.
Usually, only heroic characters are described as renowned.
At this point, which faction doesn't know Phaethon at this point? I don't think there's many.
If the other side is a villain, then working with them means we're on the side of villains too.
To be honest, I'm still a little uneasy about having a proxy join up with Obel Squad.
Well, hopefully you won't be uneasy anymore after Phaethon shows what he can do.
I'm an old
or
timer
what they
who
can
plays by
do.
the rules. No dramatic backstory, no need for wild adventures like the younger ones. So I've rarely had dealings with anyone outside the military. Especially someone from, well, the underworld, like you.
I think HIA don't know yet. That's true, probably. We did have to sign up with them, of course, and we usually get in the building, technically, to, like, farm. But I guess we're probably doing that under a different name nowadays. Maybe? I'm not sure, personally. Right, hero from the underworld. Sounds pretty cool.
A hero working from the dark side, protecting the city in secret. I have to admit, that sounds pretty cool.
Sure, I've heard stories of your accomplishments, but don't mistake that for me seeing you as a hero. Everyone walking the city has their own purpose, especially someone with a complicated background like you. But I hope your goals won't interfere with Opal's mission, or violate the Defense Force's principles.
Otherwise, our life will probably be cut short, which is why we were not gonna do that. In the meanwhile, Twitch chat. By the way, where are you from? I'm from Germany. So long as you're standing by the right values.
If what you call your principles are genuinely just, and your aim is to protect others, then I'd say we're on the same side.
I hope so.
Will or not, hero or not? Let's go with villain, it sounds nicer.
Whether I'm a villain or a hero, let's keep our focus on the mission. After all, we're still deep inside the Hollow, surrounded by Exaltists.
In the meanwhile, YouTube chat, at first we are just a talented person invited to the VR event in HIA, or so far as independent investigator contracted by the Defense Force. I mean, the Defense Force, or at least some squads, know that we are Phaethon. Obviously, they are from the Defense Squad. I guess they don't know officially. Which is a interesting thing if you think about it.
That's not bad in my book.
And in the meanwhile, Twitch chat, by the way, can I ask you something? Sure, go ahead.
Next, I'll briefly outline the mission objectives and explain the role that Phaethon will play in this operation. As an expert Hollow guide,
So now we'll figure out what we're supposed to
Phaethon will
do.
use the current map intel and Hollow data to chart the most efficient route for us, Opal Squad. At the same time, we'll provide cover for Phaethon as the proxy collects Hollow data and monitors the changes and activity of the miasma.
So basically, they'll do the fighting and we'll just support them in the background.
We've got plenty of trained scouts in the military.
Which is something that we're best at, I think.
Captain Magus.
Oh, you underestimate Phaethon, I would say.
The proxy has combat experience working alongside Trigger and Soldier 11. Sharper, more precise, and more perceptive than any scout. That's how Soldier 11 described the proxy.
Someone's giving us high praise in the background, I see.
I don't think we've ever seen anyone who's earned the approval of both Trigger and Soldier 11 outside of our own squad members.
If no other squad members or Isolde have any objections, that wraps up the mission briefing. Don't fall behind, Proxy.
So Magus still clearly doesn't look like A. I'm not sure what Magus is, to be honest.
There are more enemies than we expected.
But clearly they are not trusting us, or he's not trusting us. Oh, I have an ultimate, so let's have a look.
Oh no. Still no response.
electromagnetic interference is...
The enemy reinforcements keep coming.
Look nice, to be honest.
Copy that.
Enemy reinforcements spotted to the northwest.
Sounds like the mission is kind of falling apart right now.
Reed and the others should be okay. Right?
I would hope so.
Restore comms is to disable the nearby generator.
For that.
The miasma around us is getting thicker.
I have the mild feeling that we are about to run into exaltists.
Orphie, leave the front line to me.
Or at least I don't really expect anything else. I mean, clearly they are going to be the enemies of this chapter and the entire story arc. But here we go, we're about to follow Phaethon off, and here we go.
We're circling right above the enemy, Captain.
Searching for the mission target.
And that's gonna be Seed's introduction. Yes, my beginning giving me flashback, indeed. Wait, let's learn about Seed. After a basic attack, fourth hit, dodge counter, quick assist or assist follow-up. Alt or press to activate the falling petals slaughter. With sufficient steel charge, press the basic attack after a falling petals slaughter and have Seed for use the downfall, dealing massive
Aegis
damage.
squad has reached the LZ. Blitz squad, do you copy? Comments seem to be jammed. Is Seed Senior's comm system still working?
No, the speaker's all buzzy with static.
Let's clear the nearby enemies first, then regroup with the captain ASAP. I wonder if the proxy, the envoy and the captain...
Waiting for the voice lines right now. So someone is clearly jamming the communications. I kind of like Seed's playstyle.
All those annoying pests.
Come in, Blitz squad. Do you copy?
Seems that annoying signal interference is still floating around in the air.
The enemy control room is just ahead. It's packed with communications gear.
I think it's kind of funny how she just like rolls around with this like thingy, with the scooter thingy, and it just randomly turns into has the mech join alongside. Right, found the jammer switch. I'll turn it off. As the switch flips down, the hum of a machine somewhere in the comms room comes to an halt. Oh.
We just shut down the enemy's jamming equipment.
Are there any ether transmission terminals inside the control room?
Ether vision activate. Logic. New objective. Shut down the ether transmission system.
Still waiting on the voice lines? Okay, here we go. It's gonna be a race, but I still want to use the ultimate, so let's see.
It's raining show.
Press the advantage. Increase firepower.
Nice one as well, I think. Right. In the meanwhile, YouTube chat. Something about Lemian's hollows in architecture reminds me of a brutalist Soviet style, along with the posters. That's true. Another thing about it. I do see where you're coming from, I think. Probably using that invisible cost we learned from Midsummer event. Could be. It's a switch linked to the Aether transmission device. A successful decryption signal flashes from Senior's data port, and the once turbulent ether in the transmission system grows still.
Remote support. In position.
The ether transmission system has been shut down.
Great. That cuts off the supply of miasma.
Okay.
Eliminate the remaining enemies. This squad has finished clearing out the remaining enemies.
So I'm guessing... Okay, that was a random leg screen.
Aegis Squad has successfully secured a data copy from the control room. Those things look like coffins. They're kind of creepy. What's a coffin?
It's a thing where people are laid to rest.
Laid to rest? Oh, you mean like Sid Senior?
Sounds like Sid doesn't know much about life. Not sure what to think of that. Right. This is an ether research device built by Porcelumax. Alice calls it an Obscura. Obscura, that was in the report we handed over to Commander Insolde. Are there just regular ether research equipment? I doubt it's that simple. Anything tied to the Exaltists is bound to be suspicious. I felt something ominous too. Are you saying the defensive force has some information on it? You'll get an intel when you need to know. For now, let's just keep moving. What a difficult person to work with. Don't be discouraged, Mr. Special Envoy. I've been around the captain for a while and still think keep moving. Clearly, Magus doesn't want to give us much info for now. Understandable if you keep in mind that does not look convincing. If you keep in mind that, of course, previously, just earlier, Magus was certainly not really convinced about us.
Device. Now analyzing. Network communication structure detected.
These devices are interconnected, probably forming part of a larger equipment array. Cracking part of the data, we can locate the other devices.
Looks like Proxy's quite the skilled hacker.
Well, there is a lot you don't know
You're not
yet.
secretly hacking into my brain while I'm asleep, are you?
Hey, come on. I'm a professional. I have standards.
Communication structure analysis. 50% complete.
Alright, so let's see. This is certainly something different compared to what we previously been saying. Okay, no, clearly I'm not... Oh, hang on, I can. But clearly there's nothing interesting here, so... Let's continue on. But still make sure to collect the Denny's, because why not? And I probably shouldn't fall down, so... As I say that, never mind. It's been a little while, so... The Anna chatting in the background. Could be. No, I probably have to jump and then like first jump up and then jump sideways to really get over there. Wait, can I? Oh, I can. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to do that, but doesn't feel right. So yeah, here we go. And here we go. That's all I needed to do here. To be honest, I don't think I would have even recognized a voice in the background. Oh, hang on. Okay, here we go. In the meanwhile, Twitch chat, hello Gloria! Wait, I think I have always collected all coins. I don't think I missed anything. Right, at least it didn't look like there was anything special you could potentially miss. Right, let's continue on. Meet up with Aegis Squad.
Those are ether reactors made by Porcelumex. To be honest, they look pretty ominous.
Porcelumex? That's the company working with the Exaltists, right?
Not everyone in the company is bad. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
They're not all bad. Plenty still played a part in this.
That may be true.
We still don't really know how much. I mean, of course, one of the co-founders was involved. Or like, at least co-managers. Co-CEOs. Oh. These obstacles are blocking Aegis Squad's path to our rendezvous point. Let's clear them while we wait for them. Yes, Captain Magus.
This is the only route Blitz Squad can take.
The mission went without a hitch. Great work, everyone.
And thanks to the envoy for all his hard work, too.
You all carried the operation. I was just doing my duty.
Alright then, let's go down the elevator. And let's meet up together. Oh, hang on. Never mind, that's the elevator. And there we are. And suddenly everyone's back together.
Seed, you've met them before.
Oh, it's you, Proxy.
True, we've met Seed at the bottom, right in the last version.
You're Seed, right? It's been a while. We met briefly during the Porcelumex inspection.
So that was our very first introduction into Seed. Very brief one. With Seed, not into Seed.
I remember. Oh, Seed Senior says he remembers too. Shh, he's asleep right now, so he can't talk to you himself. But according to Seed Senior, you're someone who can be trusted. Someone worth trusting. Well, to be honest, it was Trigger and Soldier 11 who told Seed Senior first.
But I'm pretty sure Seed Senior was supposed to be the robot, I believe. I guess we're about to find out.
Seed Senior. Is that the name of your mech?
He's not a mech. Seed Senior is an intelligent construct, totally different from exoskeleton-based vehicles like mechs.
Not much of a difference if you ask anyone else that doesn't know anything, but good to know.
You carry the same scent as me, Proxy. You must be quite knowledgeable in this field.
What is that supposed to mean?
Did you attend classes properly back in school, Proxy?
Strictly speaking, I don't really know.
Strictly speaking, I never really went to a typical school.
Sounds like a lie.
You two have
Right now,
quite a
we
unique
still...
way
I
of
don't think
talking.
we really know much about what previously happened. What you said this before too, what scanned in class. Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe she is from, like, the same school, I guess? I'm not sure. You're not much better, Soldier
The
11.
Defense Force, or rather, Obel Squad's comms channel, also seems to be tuned to a pretty unusual frequency.
Birds of a feather flock together, as they say.
The proxy wasn't complimenting us, Soldier 11. You dummy.
Being able to tune into both Seeds and Soldier 11's wavelength at the same time. I have to say, you really are something special.
Well, it's Phaethon. What do you expect? What else do you expect from Phaethon?
Wavelength? Are Seed and Soldier 11 intelligent constructs too?
Still, winning over these girls might be easy. But as the commanding officer, I have to assess you with the utmost caution.
I'm hoping that will change Magus's opinion over time.
Alright, everyone, that's enough chit-chat. Let's not forget, we're still in the middle of a battlefield here. Although we've tracked down the Exaltists' communication outpost, it seems all that's left are supplies they didn't have time to evacuate with.
So we'll probably need to have to we need to look deeper inside the hollow, I think.
Exaltists' main base, and the research data you were looking for, Proxy.
But I still don't really expect that after this we'll be done with the Exaltists, like, completely. I still think they'll be following us for quite some time.
Would be through spatial fissures. The Exaltists have been operating in Lemnian Hollow for a long time. They must have access to fissure coordinates unknown to the Defense Force. But no one knows the labyrinths of hollows better than Phaethon.
Phaethon's skills are like magic.
So yeah, even if we do clean them
way
up
more
today,
impressive than a carrot.
or as part of 2.2 of this chapter, I would still completely expect him to just appear out of nowhere once again later.
Sounds pretty mysterious. Anyway, you're confident you can catch up with them, right?
Yep. They won't be able to escape. I'm Phaethon after all.
I got this.
Well, about that...
Inside those devices, those are all sacrifices?
Fate, confirm the number of enemies.
Locking onto hostile targets. There's 8 in total. 7, 6, 5, 2, 1. Now we're all clear.
Well, looks like we don't even have to bother without well, if we have them.
Eliminated.
Let's see. Amid the thunderous storms of heavy machinery and shrill, hysterical screams, Seed brings in the Exaltist captives.
The rambling old man is a little Seed's trophy.
I'm not sure what I would think of if I was the one, like, captured and the person that captured me was speaking like this, but...
The final sacrifice is about to begin.
Yeah, okay, we have one more enemy to deal with. Sounds like someone's about to turn into a sacrifice.
Do all the Exaltists talk like this? It's really hard to understand.
Seed, make him shut up.
Foolish unbelievers!
Hey, Seed Senior. You've got to be careful with how you treat prisoners.
Okay, interesting.
They've done more than enough harm. Being gentle isn't exactly a priority.
Let's see. That's how the Exaltists operate. Yeah.
What sets these Exaltists
But I
apart
agree
from
with
typical
that.
villains is their fanatical devotion to the Creator, which often drives them to act unpredictably. Even if they act in the shadows without rhyme or reason, the miasma remains essential to them. If we follow that trail, it could very well be the weakness that brings them down.
These so-called fanatics are nothing more than villains who treat ether as a deadly poison corrupting New Eridu, aiding and abetting its destruction. Let's see if they stay so devoted when confronted with 50 caliber high explosive rounds and military-grade high-energy lasers!
I have the mild feeling that Magus is probably looking forward to a bit of a slaughter. Calm down, Captain Magus.
Calm down, Captain Magus. As vile as the Exaltists are, not every member is guilty. Many innocent civilians were deceived into joining. In other words, not every Exaltist member deserves to be met with 50 caliber high explosive rounds and military-grade high-energy lasers.
We've hardly caught anyone yet, and you're already defending them? I know how to throw around
I mean,
grand quotes too. Like no snowflake in an avalanche ever feels
it does make sense to, like, investigate properly.
You're awfully sympathetic towards these scumbags. Perhaps because you're one of them.
Enough! Captain Magus, I'm pretty sure your remarks have already exceeded the boundaries set by Commander Isolde's temporary protocol for addressing Phaethon, specifically the section designated for Magus.
Huh? How come no one told me about it?
Don't speak harshly to your squad mates, and don't say anything that kills morale. That's what you taught us, Captain Magus.
I'm not sure how I feel about the fact that this even allegedly exists. Personally.
I don't consider them a comrade. At least not yet.
See, I don't need any labels or definitions.
Whether we're allies who can rely on each other or simply partners with our own suspicions, let's stick to our duties, Captain Magus.
Wouldn't have it any other way, Phaethon.
It does feel like we have two objectives today, which is gonna be getting rid of the Exaltists and convincing Magus to not worry about Phaethon. Let's see, there's something urgent that needs our attention right
There's
now.
a critical piece of intel that needs immediate attention. What just emerged from the Obscura is a bioweapon created by the Exaltists, known as a sacrifice.
Magus breached the code of conduct. Yeah, I guess so. Hopefully it... I guess I'm just gonna go with it. Hopefully it'll calm down. Let's see, there's a hang on.
These Obscura...
It's kind of nice that, or interesting that Wise tells them what we already know. I was kind of expecting them to be, like, informed of what's going on.
No, not just Lemnian Hollow. According to the data from Porcelumex and the intel Commander Isolde has gathered, there are a large number of Obscura placed throughout Yphae Peninsula. Over 300 of them.
So that's what they briefly mentioned at the end of last version.
Over 300? Not even the entire Obsidian division could deal with that many monsters.
So we're going to have to clean up these. But first we'll have to find them.
Division would just end up as monster food.
Which hopefully won't happen.
We have to get this information to Command immediately. The Exaltists' actions may be far more dangerous than we had anticipated.
See, there's a problem. The situation isn't that bad yet.
No, that's not right. Although I did come across Obscura shards tainted with sacrifice energy, there's still no solid evidence to confirm that all Obscura have sacrifices in them. The Obscura devices I saw on Phylum Heights didn't all carry traces of sacrifice energy either.
So basically, we know there are 300 of these around, but not all of them necessarily have
More important,
have anything
creating a
inside
creature
them.
as powerful as the sacrifices would require an unimaginable amount of ether. There's no way the Exaltists have access
The question
to
is
such an
just
immense
which
supply of ether
one
and
contains real danger.
Or they would have destroyed New Eridu long ago.
I wouldn't be surprised if they hit
The bad guys were
at least
dealing with
one
this ton
near,
yet.
like near all the cities, basically, like all the towns.
Hey, did you two
Phaethon Heights certainly has one around that I think will probably be dangerous. If I had to guess.
Captain, didn't you say that kind of talk is just something generals say to sound impressive?
The proxy has a point, but there's definitely something suspicious about the Obscura and Wi-Fi Peninsula. We need to organize thorough inspections and patrols as soon as possible. Obsidian Division has already mobilized outside Lemnian Hollow. Those Exaltist rats will soon meet their end.
But how long will it take to, like, check 300 of these that are just spread around everywhere? I don't know. It could take days, weeks, I don't know. Let's see, out for a last-ditch counterattack. They won't go down.
Fanatic's last stand is often the most ferocious. Everyone, stay sharp and proceed with caution.
After spending over a decade in the military, I understand that all too well.
What Captain Magus meant to say was, thanks for the heads up, Proxy.
That's not what I meant!
Well, we're gonna have our nice time with Magus together for a while. Garmin deploy Bangbu army to inspect 300 Obscuras. That could be an option. I guess that would actually be an option, in theory. Let's see, the military's operation has started. You're to provide cover for the overseer's ritual. Every action leads us closer to meeting our lord, so we are switching to the Exaltists. And I'm gonna ignore that she's glitching around a little. See, everything for the creator, Lady Sour. By the way, don't forget to hydrate. I actually have a bottle of something to drink always right next to me. And I tend to just completely drink that during a stream. So, but thank you for the reminder. I shall take a sip. Right, so let's see, we don't need to achieve victory, our mission is to buy time. Sacrifices are inevitable. Fortunately, the Defense Force isn't exactly driven by the noble duty they claim to uphold. As long as the Overseer completes the ritual, then we've already won. May the Creator refine you. May the Creator refine me. So, basically, they're trying to only hold on until a thing has officially happened. We don't really know what it is just yet, so we'll see. Right, let's see. The Obsidian Division has temporarily taken over Seagaze Road as our base of operations. This will be our staging area for the upcoming mission. But there seems to be way more people at the base today. Probably some sort of operation being coordinated. Anyway, let's report back to Result first. I mean, it sounds like we can kind of hear that, right? Like from the distance, you can hear it in the background. Not sure what to think of it.
Mission was a success. Mobile Squad took no casualties. Against our firepower, those Exaltist lunatics didn't stand a chance. It's honestly baffling how HSO and public security got completely outplayed by the Exaltists. Their actions are chaotic and lack any strategy. Though credit goes to Commander Isolde's flawless planning.
I mean, I still think that even the defense force will probably have its issues later on.
The proxy was amazing too. Just
I
like Trigger and Soldier 11
I
said.
still highly
Just
doubt
like all those
that
rumors on
the
internet.
soldiers are just gonna be cleaned up and that's it. I think it's way too obvious that something will happen.
Huh? Orphie, since when have you been visiting sketchy sites like Internet behind my back?
Calm down, Captain Magus. What you've dealt with so far are just the examples.
Well, if you think about it, the internet is probably an kind of important place, if you think about it, I think.
I know. We already have the hollow coordinates for the Exaltus base. I'm not worried about a head-on clash. What worries me are those Obscura and the sacrifice creatures.
Leave the search for the Obscura to me and the city forces. You focus on the mission inside the Hollow.
What I do think is interesting that we know there are 300. I guess we don't really know just yet where they
You
are.
can't just grasp at weeds. You have to dig out the roots.
Maybe the information,
All
I
this
guess,
might
only
just be a
included
diversion
like
by
the
Exaltus.
number, but not the actual position, I guess.
By the way, Proxy, I heard your performance in the Hollow was top-notch as always. How's working with Obel? Has Captain Magus been giving you any trouble?
Well, apart from the fact that she's clearly, that it is clearly not really on our side for now, I would guess positively, or I would say positively. Let's see, I'll have to give that some thought. Captain Magus said...
I'll have to think about that. I do remember Captain Magus saying that Phaethon is a villain who should be dealt with using 50 caliber high explosive rounds and military grade high energy lasers.
Don't go taking things out of context to make me look like the bad guy. I'm a straight shooter.
That's kind of funny though.
Got it. Looks like the temporary protocol for addressing Phaethon doesn't really hold much
I do think
sway
it's
over
kind of
Captain
funny
Magus.
that Phaethon just went along and be like, yep, that's what happened.
It's all because I wasn't decisive enough. Please don't punish Captain Magus.
See, but Captain Magus has actually been very cooperative.
She's not the most soft-spoken, but Captain
And
Magus
okay,
and
there's
Squad have been
the
doing
she
their best to
confirmed.
support me, and her military-grade
I
high-energy
probably
laser
missed that
is
earlier as well.
definitely reassuring.
All right. Without the proxy support, our operation wouldn't have gone this smoothly.
Hey, sounds like she's softening up though.
Whew. I guess this is the part where old grudges melt away and everyone makes nice.
But if you're that talented, why settle for the dishonorable role of a proxy? Why not join the military, earn a proper rank, and truly protect New Eridu?
Personally, I feel like Phaethon probably enjoys the time behind the scenes. See, what's so dishonorable about it? Look at my temper.
What's so dishonorable about it? The work we do in the shadows brings us closer to the light than many of those who stand in it.
You're being a little harsh today, Captain.
Proxy. How many unqualified civilians have you led straight into danger within the Hollows?
I'm starting to wonder that, well, Magus seems to have a grudge against proxies in general. Not everything is that black and white. I'm not that kind of proxy.
You're right, Captain Magus. The underworld does have its dark side, but a lot of people are forced into it. They have to avoid the light and just try to survive in the shadows. And this grand, respectable world you speak of, is it really
Proxy
filled with nothing but
slur
righteous
Chuyuan
heroes? Is your
reminds
defense
me
force
of
really so
the fact that
Every single
proxies. I'm pretty sure it was mentioned at the very beginning of the game that like proxies are illegal and New Eridu is trying to jail them or something. I'm pretty sure there was something along those lines, and at the same time we have Phaethon just working with the defense squad, the police effectively, with naps and so on. I don't know if that's just how New Eridu is once you look behind the scenes, but... Or if people just like, yeah, we'll just accept Phaethon, I guess?
Alright, kids, enough bickering. The only villain here is the grumpy old Isolde. You're all brave, shining heroes, okay?
Looks like the captain got shut down by Commander Isolde again.
Even the proxy's been lumped in with the kids. Looks like we're all in the same class now.
This concludes the briefing.
Well, sounds like,
Major General Lorenz has expressed interest in
although
meeting
to be fair, I'm getting the vibe that while Magus has a grudge, I mean, partially, I guess this is also her personality to, like, be this kind of aggressive. So she's probably difficult to work with until you probably get used to each other, if I had to guess. Let's see, the Major General, isn't the interrogate the proxy part, right?
The Major General wants to see me? That can't be good.
Relax. I'll be with you.
Hopefully only wants feedback on how the mission went. But hang on, we can't talk to everyone. Let's talk to Trigger first. Thank goodness you're okay, Proxy. When you and the captain were surrounded by enemies, I was really worried about you both. My bullet almost didn't make it in time. Don't worry about me. Protecting you, Proxy, is our top priority. I mean, protecting citizens like you, Proxy. Orphie might seem a little hesitant at times, but she's actually a skilled and brave soldier. Captain Magus comes off as harsh and short-tempered, but she's the kind of person who would risk everything for her squad and New Eridu, or rather, she already has. Probably feeding back into the topic we had, or like, into the scene we had at the beginning. Or maybe the tribe that we have to earn the trust first. I guess so, but at the same time it does sound like with the sentence that we just heard with Isolde had to shut down Magus again. Feels like it has happened before, or these discussions. Or is at least similar ones to them. Right, Seed and Soldier. If it wasn't for Seed and Trigger shutting down the Exalted's equipment, the captain and I would have been in for one hell of a fight. I mean, I was a big help, but Trigger and Seed Senior were just as important. The Exalted systems were pretty basic. It just took a little tinkering to shut them down. Your ability to handle machines so effortlessly is amazing, Seed. I wonder if I could learn to do so with enough practice. It's talent, pure talent. I can always sense it. You've got a similar gift, right, Proxy? Probably. I mean, to be fair, with like all these various things we got, like, we also have these eye implants now for a while. So it's probably not just talent in the terms in terms of Phaethon, but well, maybe it's a mix. Seed, I wonder who you are actually. So mysterious. I guess we'll find out later on. Right now, I don't think we know much of any of them. Well, there's been a few story quests which I haven't done yet, including Trigger, I believe, for example. Right. Let's see. Adjutant, sir, the Major General's guest has arrived. Please follow me, you two. The Major General's tent is just beyond this tunnel. You follow the adjutant's lead and head with Isolde into the Major General's tent on the other side of the tunnel.
Sir, your guests have arrived.
Colonel Isolde, I heard that, Obel Squad has already obtained the coordinates of the Exaltist headquarters.
Prepare for tissues for tears with Trigger's agent story. Okay. That's good to know.
That's correct, sir. The recon operation was a success. However, we also discovered something unexpected. There are numerous ether reactors installed around Wi-Fi Peninsula, known as Obscura, which may pose a significant threat.
You can handle the specifics with your squad. You know I've always counted on you. Just make sure I get results.
I hope, now that I think about it, what would be really problematic is if it turns out that there are Exaltists within the Defense Force.
Yes, sir.
Among all the
I hope that's not the case.
Division, Isolde, you're the one who truly stands out. I'm really glad I found you back then. Someone like you shouldn't be stuck on the front lines.
I feel like the way the Exaltists have been working, I wouldn't be confident in them being able to just, like, infiltrate the Defense Force, so to say. But at the same time, I mean, they did manage to, like, be, like, at the top or like, at the top of Persilumex, so who knows?
This is a big opportunity.
I wouldn't be surprised. Exaltists are very skilled manipulators. That's true.
This mission is one we cannot afford to fail.
Yes, sir.
Ah, I seem to have forgotten about our guest. Isolde, the person beside you.
This is the officially appointed Hollow Technical Advisor and the Mayor's Special Envoy for Military Operation, Wise.
Welcome to Wi-Fi Peninsula, Ambassador Wise.
And we officially get introduced to the Major General Lawrence.
For a while now. Honestly, it's more appropriate for me and Swabian Temple to be the ones welcoming the Defense Force.
Swabian Temple? Ah, Yunque Summit. Pardon my memory, I nearly forgot our guest works directly under Mayor Mayflower.
Well, clearly we're not being secret about our involvement. Not gonna lie, I previously thought we'd be, like, undercover, but I mean, the defense, literally everyone in the Defense Force knows about us, our connection with Mayflower. So, yeah, this is not secret in any way.
Mind filling me in, Colonel Isolde? Why is one of the Mayor's personal agents, an infamous proxy, getting involved in Defense Force business?
Wise was appointed by the city as a technical advisor and envoy for Mayor Mayflower, sir. He's here to assist and oversee the Defense Force's operation.
Assist, huh? If the High Preceptor of Yunque Summit had shown up in person, perhaps I'd consider that worthy.
Well, clearly he's also distrusting
And as
towards
for the
us.
Supervision? Since when does Mayflower get a say in when Obsidian Division pulls the trigger?
Sir, Wise is only here to assist Obel Squad. This has nothing to do with the main force's operations or command. All part of the agreement to keep the City Council from meddling with our military affairs in Wi-Fi Peninsula. Which, I imagine, suits you just fine?
Of course. Your arrangements are
Always right on point, Colonel. This whole operation is running smoothly, thanks to you.
Well, so interesting. We do get to learn a little bit here.
The Hollow experts and personally by the mayor, it's only right that I
So it was something arranged by the mayor completely publicly, so to say.
Unfortunately, military secrecy is of utmost importance. So I'm afraid I can't escort Wise to the more refined venues in the city for a proper celebration, at least for now. Colonel Isolde? Until this operation is over, all of Wise's external communications and movements beyond Phylum Heights must be temporarily restricted.
Well, that's not great.
That's a very unique way to treat a guest.
Yeah.
Major General, the mayor and Yunque Summit might not be too happy about that.
That's an order, Colonel.
I'm getting the vibe that
Yes, sir.
we should, that Lawrence is probably
The people from
not a very
Porphyromus are
great
still
guy.
waiting for me in Phylum Heights. Something about a banquet to welcome the Defense Force to Wi-Fi Peninsula. Typical corporate parasites.
But, of course, I guess we'll be playing on for now.
Adapt and survive. I'm afraid I won't be able to personally entertain our guest, Isolde.
Let's go, Mr. Ambassador.
Let's see, I'm really sorry, Wise. You came here to help, and this is how you're treated. Life in the military comes with its fair share of rules and restrictions. Major General Lawrence was a decorated officer during the fall of the old capital 11 years ago, and was promoted to a general after its fall. Over the years, he's been known for his rather overbearing conduct. It'd be dishonest to say I like his style, but working under him has definitely given me a lot of opportunities and access, allowing me to investigate the truth behind the fall of the old capital. The truth behind it? And to be exact, the cause behind my squad's failure back then. Magus has always been concerned about it. I'm getting off track, but the point is, you can count on us. Whether it's Obel Squad or any other Obsidian Division soldier, we'll give everything to protect you. It's kind of weird to be this suspicious, right? But I wouldn't be surprised if Lawrence is involved with the Exaltists. But of course, that's just a hunch on him being this aggressive. But then again, that's just a first impression. We'll see. Talk about rude. Are all the Defense Forces generals this unpleasant? Restrictions on going out and contacting the outside world, I might as well be a prisoner. But if we're just going back down to rest at Swebian Temple, we shouldn't be stopped, right? Well, we'll find out, but he did say Phylum Heights is okay. So, we'll probably be fine. See, the proxy's been nabbed by the Major General. And why do you look so happy, Sade? Don't make fun of your comrade's suffering, Sade. The Major General's guy a real pain, huh? So if the proxy doesn't get along with him, that must mean they're all right. It sounds silly, but also somehow makes sense. I heard all of that. You're also the type to eavesdrop on people. I've been aware of your presence for a while now, Proxy, and for the record, I wasn't talking behind your back. Proxy, the ever so lovable Proxy, always listening in with those keen ears. Well, the Obel Squad is certainly an interesting bunch. And we're not allowed to leave. Argue with facts and logic. I don't know who you are, but there's no argument to be had. Orders are orders. I'm not gonna, like, hit a military person, so... the argument draws the attention of several nearby soldiers. Are you okay, Wise? Comrade Wise is a special envoy sent by the Major. Show some respect. The mighty Mr. Wise got taken down a notch. I'm just following no orders. Following orders is a soldier's duty. I understand where the soldier is coming from, which... I mean... If he's been like, he's getting these orders from higher up, then it makes sense for him. I don't blame this guy. I hope you understand, Crimson Gloom. Withdraw with head held high. Well, that's a little weird. And it does the game does prevent us, at least. They check in with Assault and Magus for an update.
Captain, Proxy made it through the interrogation unscathed.
Well, not quite unscathed, I guess.
A significant change in pulse, and your face isn't too pale. Looks like you passed the test. You look so frail, Proxy. Who would have thought you had the makings of a soldier tough enough to endure enemy torture?
So you're really that eager to see me tortured? I'm a pro, I couldn't be cocked. Let's go with second one.
Since you already see me as a villain, it's only natural I've learned how to avoid torture, right?
The Major General may be tough to deal with, but interrogating the Mayor's envoy? That kind of thing doesn't happen in the Obsidian Division.
Well, I guess we're getting some explanations here. Let's see. Isolde explains the Major General's orders to everyone.
Temporarily restricting the Proxy's movements and communications. What does that mean?
It means we've got your precious Phaethon locked away. No way out, and no texting or calling family.
The texting or calling family thing is weird.
That's just so...
That's terrible!
That's terrible. Trigger, were you about to say it's good? I mean, I guess that means they can spend some time with each other.
What a shame. I never thought the legendary proxy Phaethon would end up getting caught one day.
On the plus side, at least the legendary proxy Phaethon was caught by Obel Squad. The Major General's idea of hospitality might be questionable, but for a soldier, orders are orders.
So, as much as we regret it, the legendary proxy Phaethon will have to stay put in Phylum Heights for a while.
Well, the thing is that it's not Phylum Heights, is it? If you're supposed to be up here only.
Are you sure you're sorry, Captain? I'm pretty sure you were holding back a laugh just
because
now.
I'm pretty sure Phylum Heights includes the city down there, so...
Obel Squad and the Obsidian Division are the
that's a little weird.
against the Hollows.
If we're not even supposed to go down there.
We'll wipe out the Exaltists faster than you'd think.
And then the proxy will be free.
As ordered, a technician will now attach a tracker to the proxy and temporarily block all communication functions of their electronics.
There's no point fighting it, so you allow a soldier to fasten the tracker, more like an electronic shackle, to your ankle. Thanks to the Defense Force's signal jamming, the only wireless frequencies still functioning in Wi-Fi Peninsula are military ones. For now at least, say farewell to the friends anxiously awaiting your replies on Knock Knock. Yeah, well, I'm a little surprised,
My
but...
apologies, Proxy.
For the Obsidian Division, orders carry more weight than mountains. I don't like restricting someone's freedom like this. And I'm not exactly
But I
the
mean,
biggest fan.
on one hand, I guess rather have the trigger than, you know, be stuck on that road, I guess. At least that means he's able to go back down. Probably. I'd hope. See, I understand this probably wasn't your intention.
I may not be a soldier, but I can understand the weight orders carry for all of you. If temporarily restricting my freedom helps the operation go smoothly and keeps the people of Waifei Peninsula safe, I'll gladly go along with it.
I never thought you'd show such resolve, Proxy. Don't worry. I'll keep an eye on you while you're with us.
Captain Magus keeping an eye on you? Just a heads up, she's not exactly the caring type.
I would say we've been noticing that.
Once again, Proxy, you have my apologies.
See, with comms and arm movement restricted, things are definitely tricky. Luckily, I can still reach out to Belle and Fairy through the HDD without the defense force noticing. Right as I'm thinking about this. Okay, but that's actually a good fair point, because I was expecting us not be able to reach Belle or something. But clearly we still can, so at least we're not completely locked out. Which would be probably problematic, but we'll see. Let's see, Proxy, don't look so down. It's time for Obol's regular equipment maintenance, so come join us. Is that okay? Do you agree, Captain Magus? Making sure tech folks have reliable gear is crucial, so if you want to drop by, Proxy, go right ahead. But I don't have any equipment on me. Not that I could fix anything, even if I did. Really? I mean, I couldn't detect any gear on the Proxy, but I can't shake this strange feeling. Like the Proxy has some sort of device that feels oddly familiar. Don't worry, Proxy. It can be a bit hard to follow at times, but when it comes to tech, you can always count on her. It's just a routine maintenance check. Come on, Proxy, stop being so wishy-washy. It's starting to feel like certainly that Sate. I'm not sure if she knows, or like I'm getting the vibe she shares things with us, and I wouldn't be surprised if she was also part of the... I mean, I'm getting the vibe that they're part of the same school. Were they under the same teacher? Who knows? Maybe she'll be the like connecting point in figuring out what the connection, or like what the connection of that picture we had is, like, that got us to here, to Phaethon Heights. The Obol squad is all here. Alright, time to start today's routine maintenance. Inspector on duty, squad member seat. First up for inspection, Mercury. Probably the Bangu. Mercury here. Let me take a look and see if this little Colby's got anything wrong with it. I always get nervous when C does my checkup. The antenna on the comms module seems a bit worn out. Gotta remember to get those parts replaced. If Colby can't hear me on the radio during the operation, I'm going to kick your butt, AA. Probably has connection with failures. There's certainly gotta be something. Which he was alluding to that too. That we have some different device, probably. See, next up is Trigger's sniper rifle. I'm counting on you again, Seed. I only need one look to tell your weapons in flawless shape, just like always, Trigger. A sniper's weapon is their soul on the battlefield, after all. Boring. And now it's Orphie and Captain Magus' turn. Let's get it straight. You're not laying a finger on me. Calm down, Captain. Quit swinging around my tail. Your exoskeleton is in good shape overall, Orphie, but your tail shows way more rear. No doubt due to the Captain's reckless fighting style. Oh, she has an exoskeleton. Interesting. The Captain gives it her all in combat. I'll try to stay in sync with Orphie's movements. As for Captain Magus... Captain Magus, you're using that nitro fuel oil again, aren't you? Seed can't stand that smell pouring out of your gun barrel. Whoa. Are you seriously attacking your captain's dental hygiene? Interesting. So, didn't know she had an exoskeleton, Orphie that is. Let's see, and finally it's your turn, Proxy. Where should I start? Seed stares straight into the Proxy's eyes. Impossible as it seems, it almost feels like she can see right through the HDD. But that can't be possible, right? Let's change the subject. Looking away probably looks weird. Your eyes are crystal clear, Proxy. All systems good. Inspection complete. You are just looking for an excuse to stare into this Proxy's eyes. She certainly knows something. Now that everyone's finished their equipment checks, you're dismissed. Get some rest and make sure your gear's serviced at the armory. Hey, Proxy, don't forget to look after your eyes too. Or maybe she has also like these eye implants that Phaethon has. Could be. See, you confirmed that the military really is restricting your freedom of movement with Opal Squad. You then return to the tent to rest. Your tent offers some cover from the soldiers' gazes, and re-establishing the connection with the HDD brings a small sense of relief.
As Master's supreme assistant and a thoughtful, all-purpose AI, I would never sit back helplessly while Master's freedom is being restricted, unlike the second assistant.
Got me all nerded out for the lore. It's gonna be pretty interesting because clearly there's more to see than it might seem. So, really excited to figure out what it is. Oh, Fairy, hi Fairy, I miss you. I do agree with that. It's been a while.
You really can't stop chasing that first assistant title, can you? When will you finally understand that as his sibling, I'm irreplaceable?
You two are just like kids. Calm down for a moment.
Alright, you two, enough arguing. I'm just a pitiful, useless captured proxy here, while you two are elite hackers, okay?
Is Fairy gonna try and unlock the phone again, or like unshackle us?
Negative. Although Master was unfortunately captured, Master remains an elite hacking expert.
Hopefully.
Save your useless sympathy, First Assistant. Luckily, not even the Hollows can interfere with the HDD's unique signal, so the Defense Force's jamming is barely an inconvenience.
It's a little unfortunate for internet, or knock knock rather. But I guess we'll need to pay that price.
Still, I was the one who actually encoded the anti-jamming signal.
Oh.
Which means Wise can still reach me through the HDD, and EOS's deep dive can continue as planned.
Oh, okay. So Fairy was working to ensure that the connection is still alive. I see. Okay. Let's see. I'll send over the data from my eyes right
I
away.
saw some new data with my eye implants in the hollow. I need you to run some calculations. Whether or not the military's info checks out, nothing is more trustworthy than your calculations, Fairy.
Wouldn't it be a little weird if a soldier spots us talking to nothing?
Affirmative. Additionally, I've made a full copy of the military intel files that EOS and Master saw.
If the defense force comes knocking because you did something without permission, make sure they know Second Assistant and your master had nothing to do with it. Anyway,
I feel like Fairy probably has the ability to, you know, hide that, so to say. Right, as always. Let's
Then leave
see.
clearing out the hollow to me and Opal Squad.
So with the
Just
help
like
of
always.
Fairy, we luckily have we have a magic notebook that we don't need to worry about.
be careful, Wise.
Let's see. The bed beneath your feels so foreign. You hardly rest well that night, but as with all things, it eventually passes. A commotion rises from the outpost beyond your tent. That's Orphie's and Seed's voices. Let's go check out what's happening. It doesn't look like the Bangaroo is doing well. Also, why can we still interact with the car? Well, at least they did lock all the points, but I can still do that at least. And but I have pretty much locked everything apart from this one thing. I am curious. Okay, no, they have, even though there's still a go button, they have thought about it. Okay, that's surprising to me. Right. Car parking still diabolical as ever. Yeah. I mean, this is probably one of the best. Like, let's ignore that this area is crossed off, right? But at least this is one of the better ones. Better parking spots. Right. Let's see what's up with the Bamboo. Is this the little one you brought back from the hollow? Yes, Captain. The Bamboo's squad seems to have been attacked. I received the Bamboo's distress signal and rushed over. What about the soldiers in that squad? They were all lying there covered in blood. I mean, not the not breathing kind of lying there. So, dead. Let's pay our respects. F. Right, the Bamboo probably recorded what happened when they ran into the enemy. But it's badly damaged. Do we have any technicians at base? Let me fix up the Bamboo. I'm a technician. Roxy, you know how to fix a Bamboo. Please help this little guy. I'll leave it to you, Proxy. And once again, we have another round of EVA tuning coming up. Is there anything new? Doesn't look like it. Oh, and it's even, like, easy from what it feels like. No, hang on. That's not how it's supposed to go, I think. So A and D is the endpoint. B and C are the ones that we need to use to track around. What if we... I think this probably works fine. There we go. The video footage is restored and images from from inside the hollow stream out through the Bangboos data port.
All units be advised. At 3 o'clock, 300 meters. A cluster of miasma. Ethereal presence confirmed. Something's off. Are those humans coming out of there?
Humans probably are exaltists. YouTube chat, yes, a sine wave. Close enough. It was a wonky sine wave, but good enough. Let's see.
Why are they wearing Defense Force uniforms?
Well, I guess that's a confirmation, because I'm pretty sure they are not legit Defense Force people, but rather exaltists. And that's the confirmation that someone inside the Defense Force is working with the exaltists. Gunshots ring out from a distance.
Fight back! Enemy spotted at 3 o'clock. More at 5 o'clock. Oh, is it the exaltist troops in disguise?
I think so. Gunfire echoes all around.
No, they emerged from the miasma. They're definitely not alive. What the are we seeing the dead in broad daylight? Ethereal and monster just take them too.
Is that the first time that one of these the Hoyo games is mentioned is having this much stuff beeped? Although, to be fair, it probably fits the current situation. The deafening gunfire grows louder, gradually drowning out all the voices. The gunfire and voices gradually fade away, and everything returns to silence. White noise grows louder, skipping ahead.
Just as the overseer said, even a miracle like resurrection is nothing for the creator.
So it wasn't people working along, or it wasn't exaltist people working alongside, or like within the Defense Force, but rather they managed to resurrect the defense people, like dead bodies from the Defense Force?
Don't let joy blind you, my dear brother. Until we stand before the Creator, every miracle is
So,
just a small step.
no confirmation yet,
The final domain.
I guess. False alarm. What on earth are the exaltists up to? I mean, we kind of know what their aim is. From my understanding, their main aim is to have everyone turn into like some kind of ethereal. Or at least that's my understanding from the exaltists faction. But I'm not sure what this big event is that they're aiming for. The footage ends abruptly here. The Bangbo recording the data seemingly couldn't hold on any longer. Those soldiers crawling out of the miasma, they looked like the dead brought back to life. The dead, but they're dressed in military gear from the old capital, stuff from 11 years back. If they are truly the dead returned. How could they be the ghosts of those old soldiers if they're shooting at their own squad mates? I mean, I'm getting the vibe that it's more a case of... well, clearly the person itself is still dead. They're just, like, resurrecting the body, so to say. But after 11 years, I'm pretty sure you don't really have a body anymore, you just have a skeleton. They are not the undead, more like some kind of miasma creature. That's more like it. Yeah, there's not no body anymore to resurrect after 11 years. So these gotta be fake, so to say. In the meanwhile, Twitch chat, hey Ruby Nike. What's going on? Zenless is going on. Currently playing through the new main story that released earlier today. And I'm hoping you're having a nice day so far. Right, let's go back to the story. The enemy's knowledge of the defense force might be beyond our imagination. Besides, yesterday's recon mission went perfectly. We didn't let any cultists escape, so there's no way the Exaltists should be aware of our progress. I wouldn't be sure about that, personally. Because at the very least, the information of them dying, right, or like them taken away, or simply no longer existing, that should have been noticeable. So, yeah, I wouldn't be confident on that. Oh, they don't know anything. In the meanwhile, YouTube chat, yeah, the major goal we heard, but the path towards that is, yeah, we don't really know what's currently going on. Right, let's see, report to assault. Together with Obel Squad, you brief Isolde on what you saw in the footage.
The Exaltists have already figured out that we're launching a full-scale operation? So far, only Obel Squad's scouting mission involved direct combat. What that recon team ran into was likely just an unfortunate accident. But your operation was flawless, and no part of the plan was leaked. That means either the Exaltists are more perceptive than we thought, or some unit acted outside my command and carried out an unsanctioned mission.
Or someone apart from the defense force is also an Exaltist. So, which I think at this point I would consider very likely.
But Lorenz handed over command of this operation to you.
How could someone ignore the colonel's orders? Well, if maybe they're like a false soldier, right? Like the thing of these soldiers are like really, for them order is above everything. I would say this doesn't apply if you're just a soldier for the sake of it, right? You know, like for... It's not your main thing, basically. You're kind of undercover, just like we are. So, clearly, someone is working against the military.
So if we rule out interference from higher up, the only one who could have mobilized troops without the Colonel's approval is...
Mm-hmm. Only the Major General himself.
Looks like Colonel Isolde has it even tougher than I do when it comes to dealing with a demanding superior.
Orphie, you don't actually think I'm that difficult to deal with, do you?
I mean, based on the conversations we've been having so far, it's probably not easy.
Arguing with my superior won't do any good.
So if we want the raid to stay on track, we'll have to strike even faster.
That we do have to, indeed.
While I usually think you're a little too reckless, Magus, this time I agree with you. Swift as the wind, fierce as fire.
So clearly we need to work
That's the essence of Blitz
against
tactics. At least according to a Yunque summit scroll. Since the enemy already knows we're coming, let's seize this rare opportunity and strike before they're ready.
there. We need to work against Lawrence. The question is just how are we going to do that?
Squad, gear up and get ready.
Yes, Captain Magus.
I'm about to start deploying troops to launch the offensive. Proxy, both the battlefield and the hollows can shift in an instant. Make sure you're fully prepared.
I would say we're always
We
prepared.
aren't as ready as we could have been. The Obsidian Division will handle the battlefield, but when it comes to the hollow, you're the only one we can count on.
And Phaethon is never gonna let you down.
Leave it to me. On my reputation as a legendary proxy and my honor
And
as a
never
mayor's
going to
envoy,
give you up.
I won't let you down.
Right.
Counting on all of
So
you too. Please don't betray the
it's
trust of
time to
people
head
you've placed
on
in
to
the
the next
Force.
mission with the Defense Force, or rather the Obel Squad specifically.
Save it. We're well aware.
What the captain means is, Obel never fails a mission.
Hopefully, because otherwise we may be a little screwed. Let's see, this operation has two main objectives. First, to gather intel on the Miasma soldiers. Second, to eliminate key Exaltist bases. Get ready and move out. In a surprise attack, every second counts. Obel Squad, move out!
The unexpected
And let's see, what's gonna happen here?
This plan has put the Exaltists on high alert, like a startled bird ready to flee. We can't risk the Exaltist core members escaping right under our noses. We have to strike quickly and hit their key bases.
I still don't think that'll be it. Where I don't think we'll be achieving the complete eradication here.
Is very likely the Exaltist's main base.
The intel may not be
I'm
complete.
not usually one to spoil the mood, but from what I've seen of the Exaltists, they're not that easy to pin down. Which raises the question, can we really trust the intel from the Defense Force?
And, I mean, at this point, we are believing that, or at least I am, that someone of the Defense Force is probably working alongside the Exaltists. And if that's the case, I wouldn't 100% at least trust the information they have.
You really know your way around intelligence and information warfare, Proxy. But it's Isolde's strategy and intel that have been key to the Defense Force's success so far.
Or at least, I mean, they're probably mostly accurate, but it's still fair to, like, have doubts
I
here.
understand your concerns, but I've no reason to doubt the reliability of Isolde's intel.
Like, I'm pretty sure Isolde isn't the problem, personally. I really trust her.
Captain Magus, you sure have a lot of trust in Commander
Like,
don't you?
Isolde is giving me good guy vibes, so to say. But at the same time, it's, I wouldn't be trustworthy, like, trusting the Lawrence guy. And at the same time, I mean, if there's, like, a major player, like, fighting against you, I wouldn't be so confident about the data, you know?
That's because Captain Magus and Commander Isolde were comrades in arms. They fought side by side years ago.
Technically, fighting side by side isn't exactly accurate. But yes, Isolde and I go way back. She's a comrade, a senior, and my commanding officer. In fact, Obel Squad
Great to hear
itself
some
wouldn't exist without
background
Isolde's
info,
support
though.
and guidance. If I can't trust Isolde, then there might not be anyone left in Obsidian Division I can trust.
And of course, that as well. So, clearly some issues there. Hopefully Isolde is not an issue. I don't think so, personally.
I understand. So
I
please
trust
believe me.
Isolde over Damien,
acting as
coming
your
from the
proxy,
previous story. Yeah.
my one and only
In my
goal is to lead
opinion,
you all to where you're meant to be.
Isolde is trustworthy. She has clearly shown, like, we have run into her before, of course, and in that cases, she has earned trust. It's certainly more the Lawrence guy that I would be worried about. All right, let's see then. We have Seed. I believe it was so. No, hang on. I think that was Trigger. Trigger, Seed, and of course Orphie. And let's see. We immediately get into a fight.
Our sacrifice will pave the way for our master's return.
Alright, halfway down through the first wave, I think. But he just had something showing him, so I'm not quite sure. I do kind of like the laser attack that Magus has. Kind of in the way that Orphie's just like trying to hide a little. Or like at least have her eyes not really block, you know? And in the meanwhile, Twitch chat, thank you for the raid, Phil. Or rather Hannes, I think, because I'm pretty sure Hannes is actually playing right now. And hello Max Stream! Welcome to the chat, hope you have a nice day. Right, answering the Overseer's call, wrongfully killed soldiers rise from the underworld, cloaked in flames of vengeance. As for why the Defense Forces soldiers would fight us, the Overseer was rather vague. Perhaps they too were blessed with witnessing the Creator's true form in the underworld. The files stored on this device are incomplete. The remaining intelligence needs to be obtained elsewhere. And also, welcome Hannes to the chat, of course. Hope you had a nice stream as well. Let's see, wrongfully killed soldiers, but those ones emerging from the miasma were wearing 11-year-old uniforms, and they died protecting New Eridu. These exalted scum, how dare they desecrate the honor of fallen soldiers? Unforgivable. The approaching footsteps have everyone on guard. But then, what they see is a sight of Elliot uniforms.
Which unit are you in? According to Commander Isolde's orders, aside from Obel Squad, there shouldn't be any other squads assigned to raid this base.
Well, that's a good question.
Isolde may be the acting commander for this op, but our squad reports to Major General Lorenz.
And there you go. That's the confirmation. Lawrence is doing something behind the scenes. Just as expected, so they really are under the Major General's command.
So, these idiots are the ones who alerted the Exaltus to our plan. And it was all under orders from the Major General?
It was indeed.
Mind your tone. The Major General sent us because he was worried you wouldn't be able to handle this alone. We're here to support the operation.
but in that case, I mean, it was supposed to be a Obel Squad only thing, so how does he know?
Support the operation? We were just out there fighting alone as a single squad.
That's right, and we really do appreciate it. Without you taking the brunt of the Exaltist's attention, we couldn't have
In my
made it to their
opinion, that
headquarters
kind
with
of makes
so
me
soon.
more suspicious of the of Lawrence and the Exaltists, of course.
We have to apologize. We accidentally beat you to it and ended up taking the credit for wiping out the Exaltist's main base.
Sure.
Credit? That's meaningless.
Because that's certainly how things worked, or like how they occurred.
Acting all
Because
high
I
and
would
mighty.
certainly doubt that
You're
personally.
just a gun. Do you really think yourself so important? I may be a rookie, but at least I'm not a washed-up old dog like you.
Someone's really going aggressive onto Magus.
Watch it! The captain has given everything to protect the city. You don't deserve to...
It's okay, Orphie.
And Magus doesn't fight back. I was completely expecting him to, you know, just fight and be angry. In the meanwhile, YouTube chat. Oh, this adjutant got some attitude. Yes, he does.
As long as they really did take out the Exaltists, then they've helped safeguard new air.
But I would not trust this guy, personally.
Even among
I think we
comrades,
should still
there are
check
plenty of
the base just to be safe.
If you ask me, we should just take this guy away and cover it up as an accident caused by
Yeah, maybe not do that specifically.
Hey, are you threatening me?
Stay focused, soldier. Answer me. Has the Exaltist's base been completely cleared?
He's probably going to say yes, but in my opinion, we still should check regardless.
Several creatures took advantage of the chaos to escape. We had other orders to carry out, so we didn't have time to pursue them while clearing the base.
Well, so they basically failed, so to speak, with the main
What
objective.
could be more important than wiping out the Exaltists?
Bunch of fools. They can't even handle something this simple properly.
And that still means that we should at least try to, you know, clean up, in my opinion.
Obel soldiers, let's move out. Once again, it's up to us to clean up after these fools. Obel, gear up and get ready.
Yep, we're still gonna be
Yes, Captain Magus.
going to the main base, from my understanding. And let's investigate. Wipe out the remaining Exaltists.
The Exaltists are fleeing in all directions.
Second-rate troops sure are surprisingly good at messing things up. I'll try to do whatever call this an ambush. We've already failed half of the mission's objective.
Well, it probably was an ambush, but certainly not one that was planned well. Or maybe someone got advance notice. Who knows? Encrypted documents detected on this device. Accessing. We may be working with Porcelumax, but they aren't exactly saints. They'd sacrifice everything for profit. The soldiers didn't die protecting the city. The truth is, the file ends here without warning. There's a record of the hardware being moved, but the missing data cannot be retrieved. Damn it, of all places, the data had to be missing at the most crucial part. The soldiers didn't die protecting the city. Just what have these Exaltists learned? Huh. It's nothing but a distraction they planned it on purpose to mislead us. Still, it's clear the Exaltist remnants were spooked by the Major General's unit acting so recklessly. That's why they moved the key data early. Yes, we have no choice but to press on. Right, so maybe they have just completely screwed us over, but hopefully we'll be finding something at the heart of the base.
Elite targets have appeared.
That's the kind of fight Oval Squad's been waiting for.
Alright, some enemies to fight against. Luckily, we are getting quite a good progress through them. There you go, 2 down and 1 to go. Getting close, I believe. Yep, that's looking good. And I think after this ultimate, or maybe not after the ultimate, because that was it. Now let's move on.
Moving along smoothly, Mr. Lucro.
We'll be counting on you again this time.
There's an Obsidian squad member. Oh, and Lawrence. I wouldn't be surprised if he just cleaned up some data.
You're the squad Isolde spoke so highly of. Codename Obel, wasn't it? This is quite a surprise. You arrived even faster than I expected. It's just as Colonel Isolde said. You're quite a capable squad.
Given that you're leading this entire operation, I'd expect you to be at the command post. And the person with you is...
This must be Mr. Lucro. I know this boss.
You must be Mr. Lucro. We met briefly at the reception banquet for the Porcelumex safety inspection.
A reception banquet for a safety inspection? That makes no sense.
We don't talk about that. Lucro got a bad taste in fashion.
This, gun certainly has a blunt matter of speech. Anyway...
Well, I'm not the one to judge, in my opinion. Let's see though. What is this guy doing here though? I mean, I guess this is technically kind of their factory?
For someone so young, you must have made quite the impact with the military.
Not so, Mr. Lucro. This gentleman is the mayor's envoy, specially sent by the kind-hearted Mr. Mayflower.
And of course, we do get introduced. You're too kind. Kill him with niceness, probably. Did you even know that I'm an envoy?
I'm just doing my duty. Please. The title of envoy is a bit too much. I feel like it's a little too high and mighty.
So you're a distinguished guest from city administration. My apologies. Please excuse the poor welcome.
So, what brings you here, Major General, Mr. Lucro, and these troops who've been acting without Colonel Isolde's orders?
Well, they do have the orders from Lawrence, but he did give it over, so technically he's not supposed to be here. But why is he?
Our reasons for being here. You're a veteran, Captain Magus. Even if you don't fully grasp what overstepping means, you should at least know not to ask about classified military matters. Mind your tongue, Captain.
Or maybe don't.
After all, besides your sharp tongue, there's not much else you have left.
Well, she's got lasers.
Major General.
And a gun.
Shouldn't we be going?
That's not nothing.
High ether activity isn't good for my health.
Yeah, he should have been in the wargaming room, not here. Yeah. It's certainly sus that he's here, and I mean, we were looking at trying to get some data, right? So sus. If this was Among Us, then I would probably hit that emergency meeting button by now. Although I guess we don't have the utmost definitive proof just yet. He's just weird so far, but we'll be seeing how the story continues.
You're right, Mr. Lucro.
Escorted by the troops, Lawrence and Lucro withdraw from the stronghold.
Aside from that clerk I met at the Special Military Affairs desk, these are honestly the two most annoying people I've ever had to listen to. Sorry, Captain Magus. It was wrong of me to speak disrespectfully about a commanding officer.
Which is fair, this is still the military, but at the same time he probably deserves it. Anyway.
I'll let it slide this time, Orphie. If I weren't afraid of getting you all tried at a military tribunal, I'd have turned every curse word into high-energy laser blasts right at their faces.
The reason they were here.
This place is not only a key Exaltis stronghold, but also one of their major research facilities. Porcelumex's other executive had previously worked with the Exaltists. Many of their facilities were originally
Okay, I guess there's at least there is a reason technically for him to be here, but at the same time so close to, you know, a mission. That seems too weird, or like too dangerous, right? Like, if you're literally fighting here, you wouldn't bring civilians right to the front, so
and now under Lucro's
doesn't really make much
Porcelumex
sense
has
in my
forged ties
opinion.
with the defense force. It's clear why they're here.
You're making my head spin. Isn't it just those two plotting how to profit?
Well, I'm afraid, or I would be suspecting that it's not just profit.
Goodness, Commander Lorenz is such a bad person.
Orphie is still caught up in that naive teenage mindset of seeing the world in just good and bad.
Goodness, Orphie. You really are a fool. But I can't say you're wrong this time. They chose to meet in the Hollow, likely to stay under the radar.
Okay,
Either
fair,
way,
but
Obo's mission continues.
still, I mean, there could be an argument made here that that if it was only an Obo Squad mission, only handled by Isolde, they wouldn't know. But at the same time, it's still really weird to bring a civilian, who this guy technically still is, even if he, I guess, owns this place, right next to an enemy.
Everyone, we keep pursuing the escaping Exaltists.
Yeah, as high rank, why would you make your hands dirty? Just tell your subordinate to do things. That's true. Why is he even here? Seed is a Nietzschean confirmed. Joking. I actually have no idea what that means.
Yes, Captain Magus.
Right. In the meanwhile, let's continue on with the story. Somewhere in the Lemnian Hollow, illuminated by the flickering candlelight. Oh, beyond good and evil. I see. Okay. And in the meanwhile, we're switching to the Exaltists. Great Overseer, the Defense Force took the bait just as planned, and they're feeling pretty proud of themselves. Perfect. They have wasted enough time on meaningless distractions, and that foolish general thinks he's already claimed enough victories. Maybe. Okay. Doesn't sound like he's actually working along, to be fair. They won't be throwing major forces at us anymore, though the price was nothing more than a few necessary sacrifices. They died for their faith, Overseer. Besides, the troops you've brought back from the underworld were a huge help. Oh. So he's the person that resurrected these, so to speak. Soldiers fighting soldiers. It's cruel reality. It's cruel, really. Still, if it's for the right cause, then even you and I must be willing to give our lives. Absolutely. If that greater purpose is an audience with that creator. I know you have other intentions, but you'll still open the path to the creator, won't you, Great Overseer? I've wandered in confusion along this path more than once, but the whispers I heard were true, without a doubt. Once I have achieved my goal, I'll open the path to the creator for you. Which means your sacrifice and mine are justified. But Phaethon is with the Defense Force right now, and that one's a real handful, not the type to let things go easily. And that elite squad of theirs has been a serious thorn in our side. I've noticed that youngster may be an unexpected variable, but I've already set a course for how their tale unfolds. Don't back them into a corner unless you have to. Your arrangements are reasonable. May the creator refine us. So it does kind of sound like, even though Lawrence is acting suspiciously, at least based on that conversation, it sounds like there isn't much of a conversation going on. At the same time, or rather there's not much of a connection, right? But at the same time, it's still really weird. And it does still feel like whatever Lawrence is doing is... Let's assume that he's not working alongside or like with the Exaltists. It's still negatively impacting the military, so... At the very least, he's damaging. And on the opposite side, or on the opposite end of the scale, we have just like sabotage. So it's hard to judge for now. We'll have to see how it continues. Right, cheers and laughter echo from the military camp, which has been so quiet the past few days. Why is the Defense Force base so lively? Like, what's going on? Let's ask around and see what the soldiers know. I'm guessing we still can't move down? No, we can't. And even if I interact with the car, which is blocked off, but not quite, it'll just place us here as well. Although... What happens if I... Oh. Oh, now they're blocking the car. Well, that's interesting. So you... The first time you load in, the car isn't blocked. But once you try visiting it again, it's suddenly blocked. Interesting. I think the devs may have been... or... may have an accidental bug here. But the game devs, here's the bug report, I guess. Right. Arrogant soldier. Oh, a new face, and not in uniform either. There must be that outside help for the, what was it? Apostle Squad. Thanks to the brilliant leadership of the Major General and his adjutant, we secured an easy victory. Sure, you didn't land a big win, but you still played a part. Stand your ground or stay silent. Hey, what's with that look? We're celebrating our victory here. Don't be such a buzzkill, okay? Well, it's not a victory. Obviously. We can't interact with Soldier. We can't interact with Orphie and Seed either. What? Oh, friendly Soldier. If Obel Squad hadn't broken through head on, our plan to strike from the flank wouldn't have gone so nearly as smoothly. They're the ones who put in the work and got results. Shouldn't they get most of the credit? Well, you tell me. Right, I don't think we can interact with anyone. Really. Or at least we already checked everyone. Oh, no, here we go. Our squad was the first to break into the Exalted's headquarters, and this time we're gonna take all the credits. Okay then. Well, let's talk to Lucro and see what he's gonna say. Welcome back, NY. I've been waiting here just to make sure you return safely. You're really laying it on thick, huh? I'm no big shot or anything. Let's go with 2. Such modesty. Still, if you're acting on behalf of the mayor in Defense Force matters, I'm sure your words hold real authority with the city administration. We owe it to the Major General's forces that we were able to reclaim a significant cache of Persaluma without incident. Assets Ferox had handed over to the Exaltists, which are in fact Persalumex's property. It's quite the haul. The Major General and I go way back. He may not be the most charming guy, but he's someone you can count on. I know I'm just a shrewd, profit-minded trader, and I also know there's been some bad blood between you and the Major General. But it doesn't stop me from seeing the potential for us to work together in the future. Someone like you always brings value to the table, so naturally I'm pleased you made it back in one piece. About Persalumix and the Exaltists. It's true that certain individuals within Persalumix, including Mr. Ferox and his team, engaged in unlawful activities with the Exaltists. The shameful and pathetic Mr. Ferox is now in custody, and with the Major General's support, we've tracked down his subordinates who escaped into the Hollow. Persalumix is clean of any further criminal associations. Regarding the so-called obscure devices, while they were created for Ferox's dealings with the Exaltists, I'm not clear on their scientific worth. Still, they're made of costly Persalum, so they belong to the company. We'll recover each of the obscure once the Defense Force finishes assessing their risk. Their risk? Yes. Colonel Assault stated in the report that the Obscurer could pose an extreme risk, even going so far as to order an evacuation of Wi-Fi Peninsula for public safety. Oh, okay. It's gotten too dangerous. Looks like it's time for me to leave Wi-Fi Peninsula. Take care of yourself. So... So clearly, I mean, I guess that's the thing that I guess, yeah, technically maybe they are their property, but at the same time, I feel like shouldn't this be, you know, shouldn't be like all this material be confiscated as like proof for the investigation, so to say, in my opinion. Like, clearly, like we just saw, there was information to be had here. We now no longer have access to that information because I guess it's now with Persalumix. But there are no clear indications here, still, but in my opinion, there's certainly a bunch of things that are suspicious. Right, let's continue on. These guys sure know how to take it easy. They're already planning the victory party right after winning. So what's the Defense Force's next move? Next move? there isn't one. The Major General believes the key members of the Exaltists have been wiped out and their base cleared. As far as he's concerned, we've already won. I never thought victory would come so easily. The Exaltists won't be that easy. What about the Obscura in the city? You've faced the Exaltists more times than anyone, Proxy. Your insight is valuable. But even so, the Obsidian Division can't keep pouring resources into chasing down a minor outlaw group. As for the Obscura, Colonel Isolde is taking our intel, and the risk posed by the sacrifices very seriously. She's already preparing to evacuate the citizens of Wi-Fi Peninsula. We'll stay on guard here to protect the civilians until everyone's been evacuated and all Obscura in the city have been cleared. It's thanks to Isolde's leadership that we were able to locate so many Obscura across the city before the operation began too. Did the Colonel know about the risks of the Obscura all along? Since everyone's taking a break, why don't you relax a little too, Proxy? I'm heading back to the camp with the captain. Wanna join us for a bit, Proxy? Sure, why not? YouTube chat, too good to be true. Definitely. There were plenty of suspicious things happening here. I don't trust it personally. So, yeah. Let's see. Despite your doubts, with cheers ringing out through the night all around you, you find yourself taking a brief rest by the firelight with the two soldiers. And on top of that, of course, we did see that conversation between the Great Overseer and the other person. I forgot her name right now. That could be basically TLDR with the soldiers are dumb for celebrating. So, yeah, this is gonna backfire on the soldiers. Maybe even the next day. Sarah, yeah, right. Also hydration, good reminder. Right, as Opal Squad settles in at their quarters, the troops are already preparing to celebrate.
Everyone, the Exaltis, the threat that plagued Wi-Fi Peninsula.
Now, Sarah, the hot villain.
Under our thunderous assault.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Right. Let's see. Lawrence gives a speech.
Justice and victory to the people of New Eridu, like every triumph before. Give it up for yourselves, soldiers. Cheer for victory.
To be fair, maybe this is where things will go wrong. Cheers rise up from the gathered soldiers.
And let's hear it for our brilliant commander, Major General Lorenz!
It does feel like Isolde is just kind of fading in the background right now. The cheers erupt once more.
I hate to be that guy, but isn't it a bit early to celebrate?
Oh, is it? I didn't know.
That commander sure seems to be soaking up the cheers.
Who could have guessed that it might be too early? I didn't.
A typical big shot, huh?
You're right to be concerned, Proxy.
Rare seat, by the way. Just noting that this is like a standalone table. Where I'm guessing there's another table right next to this one, but still.
Stragglers roaming inside and outside.
Would have expected C to show up here somewhere.
Fully inspected
As far as I know, the key Exaltus leaders are still at large. They've managed to slip away after every encounter so far. The Exaltus will remain a threat until they're eliminated.
Yep, and they weren't caught, so...
Even though Mevarok was severely injured by Yishan Shifu, and the Exaltus suffered heavy losses, there's still no sign of them backing down. Miasma activity is still spreading. Key people like Sarah still hold major influence.
But it's not gonna lie, it's actually stupid, if you think about it, by Lawrence to just celebrate now. Like, there's a reason for that. His old name sounds familiar. I wonder if there is a connection with Tristan and Assault.
How come I don't see Colonel Isolde anywhere? As the operations leader, shouldn't she be here to celebrate?
Speaking of Assault, I was about to say, it's kind of weird that it's only Lawrence.
Isolde has been unwell recently and went back to the city to rest. She's also been absent from meetings over the past few days.
Maybe the commander's like Proxy and isn't fond of these kinds of gatherings. She might have just found an excuse to slip away.
You might be right. That does sound like her. In any case, we've dealt a heavy blow to the...
Maybe she's just relaxing at Swebian Temple. Would be kind of funny if she did.
That doesn't sound like something our strict Captain Magus would say.
It
does feel like Magus is slowly warming up to especially Phaethon.
As soldiers, it is our duty to obey orders.
Didn't notice you're right, probably busy with Obscura. Oh, she's also researching that, of course, so...
Even when we have doubts, we can't launch investigations on our own.
If you take action without orders, you'll be standing trial at a military tribunal. I might not mind, but I'm sure Seed Senior would stop us.
I don't want anyone ending up in front of a military tribunal either.
Well, it's not like Phaethon is part of the military, at least officially, so... I'm just saying, I guess technically probably wouldn't end up in front of a tribunal.
Right. Since it is a military order, the Major's restriction on you can't be lifted until the operation is officially concluded. Sorry about that, Proxy.
I understand. Obel Squad and all the other soldiers have already given so much to protect New Eridu. Everyone should enjoy this hard-earned victory.
Thank you, Proxy.
But as Phaethon, I have no right to stop moving forward. Easygoing guard on duty. Excuse me, Mr. Special Envoy. The colonel asked me to pass on a message. Some bigwig from Tops is here to see you. Oh. From Tops? Who could that be? Don't ask me about the specifics. You'll just have to go see for yourself. Well, let's see what it is. And it's Damien. You meet with Damien after dark and fill him in on what Lucre is doing.
Actually, I've already heard about Lucro personally entering the Hollow and the Major General's movements. Besides relocating Porcelumex and the Exaltus stock of Porcelume, they're rounding up trusted members who served under Ferox, including my poor colleagues who fled into the Hollow's labs, fearing a purge. The dust hasn't even settled.
So...
Yet they're already discarding what they no longer need, proving that the only thing crueler than one ruthless boss is another.
So, basically they're just gonna get rid of anyone who was part of the previous administration, so to say. Not sure what I think of that, to be honest.
I have no place in Tops any longer, and the Defense Force won't seek justice for a stray like me.
So it sounds like Damien was basically just kicked out then? In the meanwhile, Twitch chat, what's up? How are you doing? From Harry Smith. I'm doing pretty good. How about you? See, so you're in a pretty risky position as well.
Even though you played a major role in taking down Ferox, your new boss won't tolerate you for long, will he?
Exactly. I can't stand stray dogs like you always sniffing out scraps to survive. Like I ever had a choice. I'm just trying to stay alive. Honestly, I was already planning to turn to you and Yunquei Summit for help. Regardless of our differences, you are among the few in Waifei Peninsula who have the power, care about justice, and are willing to hear me out.
I feel like we don't really have power, but those other 2 points are probably right.
A stray like me is used to bowing and begging.
In the meanwhile, Twitch chat, I'm good. Thank you for asking. Which game do you play mostly here? Right now it's mostly Zenless and Genshin. Looking forward to the next story update releasing next week. And yeah, those are the 2 main games right now, I would say. And in the meanwhile, YouTube chat, can't imagine how toxic it would be working in tops. I wouldn't stay sane. I don't think me neither. It sounds like everyone's just out for each other's head, basically. So it's not a environment where you could survive if you... Well, it depends. You could probably survive on like the lower levels, but if the leadership is like this, right, and toxic like in a big way like this, it's not like it's gonna be easy going at the very bottom. So even if you're just a normal employee, so to say, you're still gonna be put under significant pressure, if I had to guess. And then back to Twitch chat, how long have you been playing? I've been playing this game for like a year about. On and off, usually. So yeah. Right, let's continue with the story.
Unfortunately, no matter how much power we might have, we're just as constrained as you are now. I can't contact anyone at Yunquei Summit for assistance either.
Well, that's technically not true, but we can't let anyone know that.
But if it's to keep you safe...
It's alright. Just when I was at my wit's end, Miss Savior appeared.
Is that going to be assault or something? Oh no, it's Ears, isn't it? It's gonna be Ears. Just as Damien finishes speaking, a small figure suddenly springs out from behind him. Never mind, it's not Ears. It's absolutely not Ears. Twitch chat, that's cool. I'm from UK. Where are you from? I'm from Germany.
It's funny. Most company employees usually see me as a disaster. Who would have thought I'd ever be called a savior?
Well, let's see. Who is this?
Allow me to introduce you. This is Miss Zhao from TOPS, affiliated with the Krampus Compliance Authority.
Miss Chow, okay. And she's from TOPS. Good to know. The Krampus Compliance Authority, is that the name of a company?
Nice to meet you, Miss Zhao. The Krampus Compliance Authority. Is that the name of another company within TOPS? It doesn't sound as familiar to me as the other big companies.
That's true. That's the first time I have heard of that name. Oh, that's the bunny from the trailer. I actually haven't watched the trailer, to be honest. I went into this version completely blind. Apart from knowing which characters will show up, or at least the new ones. In the meanwhile, Twitch chat, by the way, what are your hobbies? Well, of course, I usually stream. And aside from that, I work as a software developer and also do that in my free time. And aside from that, also watch anime, I would say.
That's alright. Most people haven't heard of it. Krampus isn't actually a
Right, let's continue with the story. Krampus isn't actually a company. Sounds like it's more of a, like, not really agency, but something that spans the entirety of Tops.
and enforce regulations. Brutal competition is an inherent flaw of the market system. For the members at the round table, it doesn't matter if the company's executives are tearing each other apart. However, the condition is that all actions by the company and its management must comply with the core rules and interests of the Alliance. The business game doesn't always let us play by the rules. That's the round table's mercy. But when those rule breakers go too far, the strict mother reaches out with her black branch. This time,
Oh, right, so
has clearly stepped out of line.
interesting. So sounds like Porcelumix may get some trouble within Tops as well. Seems like an internal affairs HR type of org. Yeah, I would say so. Maybe more affairs than HR. By the way, do you have a Discord? I do indeed. If you check on Twitch, I just realized it's not on YouTube actually. I should still add that because the description is generally fairly empty. If you check the Twitch bio, there should be a link to my website, and from there on you can join the Discord server. And if not, I might as well just link it in both chats in case someone is curious, just for completion's sake. Right, so, but of course no obligation to join. But if you want to stay informed of any new streams that come up, then the Discord is probably the best place to be. But of course, also YouTube and so on is also perfect, because I tend to post these streams significantly before they happen. So there's that. Right, let's continue though for a little while longer. See, so you really are a disaster. Isn't this what kept Tops standing strong all this time?
I think I get why the corporations might see members of Krampus as a disaster. Even so, having regulators like you is probably a key reason Tops has managed to maintain its strong position in the city.
So, it's not hard for you to understand why I see Miss Zhao as my savior, right?
So Damien is hoping for Miss Chow to like to like basically hopefully that she's gonna like help save Damien basically.
Better than letting someone like Lucro treat you like a fish on a chopping board, right?
See, hopefully she'll turn out to be your savior. I would hope so as well.
I do have some understanding of the way Damien does things.
Damien is strange, but I do think he has... Well, there's like a soft core in his hard shell, you know?
He's determined to survive this brutal game, but he's also someone who would never cross the line.
Huh. You've got sharp and beautiful eyes. I hope you'll never become the enemy of Krampus.
I hope so not. I hope so as well, because that sounds like a bit like an issue.
And that when those eyes look at me again, they won't be filled with hostility, Mr. Wise.
Miss Chow, the Krampus member, turns and walks off with Damien in tow. She may have been small in stature, but her commanding presence nearly overshadowed the disheveled Damien beside her. Well, I mean, Damien is clearly struggling. I mean, it sounds to me like he's gonna be... Well, he basically has an X above his head, so... I don't really see him staying in tops much longer, or at least Parselumix. Unless he doesn't pull any string he could possibly have, right? So there is that. Right, let's return to the base and rest. Proxy, it's not time to sleep yet. I came all this way with squad member C to invite you to our special nighttime operation. A special night op. Follow us and you'll see, Proxy. Move quietly and stay low, just like a sniper. Seed and Trigger quietly creep up behind Orphie and suddenly launch a surprise attack.
Soldier Orphie!
Is that it? Are we just gonna jump scare Orphie? Although, to be fair, that's kind of cute from them.
You again? Now you have the proxy as an accomplice too?
What do they have in mind, though? What is their plan? Accomplice? I'm not part of this.
It's not what it looks like, Orphie. I had no idea those two were planning to scare you.
Captain Magus is asleep. Don't wake her up. We should let her rest.
Is it time for the captain's self-diagnostics?
I guess so.
Is Orphie more worried about waking the captain, or about the captain catching you secretly enjoying some prohibited items?
What kind of prohibited items are they talking about?
Excuse me. First of all, my concern for the captain is absolutely
I mean,
genuine.
she's standing right next to, like, the binoculars, so... I guess it could be anything in the city.
The manual doesn't list lemon-flavored chips under prohibited foods during deployment. I have every right to protest Captain Magus's executive decision to declare all snacks as prohibited.
Oh.
Oh. Then why doesn't Orphie protest when the captain's actually awake?
Sounds like she just snuggled in some snacks then.
I'm sure Orphie has her own reasons.
Anyway, if Orphie doesn't want us to tell the captain...
How about sharing some of those lemon chips with us?
Although that's a good point.
Seed and Trigger are robbing me again!
Isn't this just a regular part of our night ops briefing?
The law doesn't
Wouldn't mind some of these either. Probably. There are lemon chips, so I'm not quite sure. It depends on how sour they are, so who knows?
Then, the proxy should also share the responsibility.
I can take the blame for the snacks. I'll take care of these lemon-flavored chips.
Special mission to get rid of lemon-flavored chips? Count me in.
That's nice, though, from them. In the sea breeze of Wi-Fi Peninsula, you team up with the Oval Squad to finish off lemon-flavored chips. As night deepens, Seed and Trigger, who ambushed Orphie, return to the squad's camp. Just as you're about to leave, Orphie calls out to you.
Proxy, there's something I need to talk to you about. It's about the captain.
Oh? About Magus? Go ahead, I'm listening.
Let me guess. It's something that you can only say when Captain Magus is asleep?
And in the meanwhile, Twitch chat. I did not get one. Just saying.
That's right. Proxy, I want to apologize on behalf
There's
of the captain
nothing showing
for
up
her
in
bad attitude toward you
a
during the
potential
mission.
friend requests tab, though.
But there's a reason why the
Right,
captain
let's have
acted
a
that
quick
way.
look at what's happening here. I trust you, Orphie, just like how you trust Magus.
I trust you, Orphie. Just like you trust Captain Magus.
What does she have to
To
say?
think of it, you and Magus make quite the unique team. A soldier paired with an intelligent weapon construct.
An intelligent construct. No, the captain is more than that.
So, or maybe we get more knowledge about Magus, because we did see that scene at the beginning, right? Clearly that was some kind of flashback from Magus.
Can I trust you, Proxy?
Yes, you can.
You can trust me, just like how you trust Captain Magus.
I'm just a gunner. A soldier, here to support Captain Magus. Orphie, you're being too hard on yourself again. You're special. You're one of a kind. That's how they would comfort me. If Captain Magus and the others were here.
Sounds like she might struggle with self-esteem, perhaps?
But no. I know that I'm not someone special. From the moment I was born, being a gunner has been my sole purpose and mission. In the disaster 11 years ago, New Eridu lost so much. It lost so many of its soldiers. The Defense Force's last remaining gemstone, Obsidian Division, also suffered heavy losses. At the time, the military had launched various research projects. Enhanced soldiers, cybernetic soldiers even. Cloned soldiers.
Oh. So, that's a bit of a story nugget. So, basically, the question is, who got cloned? Based on the image, I'm getting the vibe that Orphie is a clone. And I would also be basically, or at least this would somewhat explain these bodies that we've been seeing, if you think about it.
It sounds brutal, doesn't it? But if it weren't for these cruel projects, Obsidian Division might never have lasted this long.
So maybe these just ended up being clones, not
I was also
actual
born
people.
At that time, cloned from a legendary soldier, and designed to aid that legendary soldier.
Okay, here we go. That's the confirmation on the first part.
That legendary soldier's military code name was Magus.
Oh. So, Orphie is basically a clone of
The
Magus.
soldier's
Okay.
original body has long been destroyed. All that remains now is a backup of her consciousness, or what you could call her soul, stored within the weapon.
And that's what this robot snake basically is.
Even in death, she's still wielded as a weapon by the Defense Force. Though Captain Magus always says it's what she wanted, is it really a blessing or a curse?
I mean, the whole clone thing, right, is interesting because
All things
it comes
considered,
with the
I'm quite lucky. Selfish, even. I stole her body, her name. You could even say I stole her life.
Because I guess that's a bit of a thing where technically, I mean, if you have, let's assume we have like 100 clone people, right? Like, I guess if you expose them to identical, like, senses and so on, you could probably have similar personalities, I would guess. But at the same time, or well, this makes this, I guess, kind of complicated, because you could perhaps say that this is still Like, even Orphie is still
Captain
Magus.
Magus has never cared about that. She'd just say to me, Orphie, my life was far too boring. You should live your own life.
But that's, to be honest, a very interesting one.
I know the looks in my comrades'
So,
eyes often carry sympathy or pity.
at the same time, also kind of interesting. Like,
or even disgust.
Zenless is a bit of a, like... I guess it's technically post-apocalyptic, or at least I believe that was the goal. And on the one other hand, we have like these old TVs and these old tapes. At the same time, we have human clones and robots that have taken on consciousnesses.
Still, I can't help but feel that
I'm not complaining. I just think it's interesting.
I met Captain Magus. I met Obel Squad.
But at the same time, that's what makes Zenless, you know, become Zenless.
I know there's nothing special about the way I was born, but you all keep telling me, Orphie, you're being too hard on yourself again. You're special. You're one of a kind. Yet, the cold glass tanks, the tasteless nutrient fluids, those eyes filled with sympathy, pity, mockery, or disgust. They all proved one thing. I'm nothing special. They all told me I'm just a pathetic, tragic person. But you all keep telling me over and over again, you're one of a kind, Orphie. I can leave those glass tanks in the past. I just don't want to let your expectations down. Rather than those cold, lifeless glass tanks, I want the warmth of Captain Magus. I'd rather have my noisy Obel Squad and you, the cool proxy.
Can someone give Orphie hugs, please? Thank you very much.
Our pasts, whether it's mine or Captain Magus's, are not what define us. Although Captain Magus often jokingly calls you the villain, that's all
I
just
do
talk.
gotta say though, it's kind of surprising and impressive at the same time that Orphie opens up to us that quickly. I mean, she's only seen Wise like in game, like what? Not many days. Or I guess maybe. I believe it did earlier say a few days have passed, so I guess maybe a week.
As a proxy, you'll lead us to the right place.
But yeah, I think that sounds like Orphie needs a few hugs.
I believe in you, proxy.
But that's also nice to hear though. And I hope this guy didn't hear anything from that. Salutes. Right. Probably because Soldier 11 and Trigger trust us too. That's true. That probably helped us a lot in that sense. Right, after a brief signal disruption, communication with the HDD is re-established. How are the calculations going, Fairy? Have you found the exact coordinates of the blind spot?
Fairy, have you finished calculating the exact coordinates of the blind spot in Lemnian Hollow's most active area?
Affirmative. HDD data sync complete. Transmitting coordinate data to EOS's Carrot module now.
Interesting, so...
The exact coordinates are now locked in. The next step is to move out with Obel Squad and take them out in one strike.
So... there's a hidden spot in the Hollow. An unexpected challenge. Looks like we'll need to find help elsewhere.
Negative. Lorenz's forces have currently halted all further operations, so Obel Squad is unauthorized to act without orders. Could you send a message to Yishan Sufu? Actually, scratch that. Better send it to Senior Fufu instead. Sufu never replies to messages.
That's a bit of a yikes one, but...
Just say, Junior Wise needs your help. It's urgent. Please ask Yishan Sufu to come to the rescue. P.S. Don't let the defense force find out.
I feel like that's a bit of a... oh, sorry. I think that was a little loud for a second. I feel like that's gonna be difficult though.
Poor Junior Wise is suffering cruel mistreatment at the hands of the Defense Force. It's urgent. Come rescue him quickly. P.S. Stay low key.
I mean, we still have the trigger, so like we can't get too much outside, or like too much out of this area. I need to go. I need to sleep now. It's been interesting. Thank you and have fun. Yeah, I hope you had a really nice time with me. So, thank you for checking out the stream. I hope you had a really nice time. And thank you for subscribing as well, because I just noticed that someone subscribed. So, thank you very much for doing that. I hope I'll see you with the next stream, so stay tuned for that. Alright, let's see. Aren't you exaggerating things?
Aren't you over-exaggerating a little?
We're talking about the safety of Wi-Fi Peninsula here. So what if it's a little exaggerated?
I have the mild feeling that this is gonna lead, you know, Fufu to just like scream inside, but anyway, all we can do now is wait for help from Yunque's summit.
All we can do now is pray that Yunque Summit sends help soon. Who knows what kind of mess the Exaltists might be stirring up in the Hollow, while Lorenz is basking in the limelight. There's no time to waste. I'm logging off now.
How is he going to know that where Fufu is going to show up though? Just as you're about to fall asleep, that familiar chirping breaks your peaceful slumber again. Oh! That's one way to handle that. Is that Shifu's jingling bird? Chirp chirp, chirp chirp. Your vision suddenly dims, but strangely, you don't feel afraid. When you come to your senses, you're already being carried high up in the air by bird talons. Your body feels weightless like a feather drifting in the air one moment, and heavy like a stone sinking in a lake the next. By the time you come back to your senses, you've already arrived. Is this Webian Temple?
I think I just had a dream. Am I still dreaming? Or is this really Swabian Temple?
My disciple. Fufu told me poor Junior Wise is suffering cruel mistreatment at the hands of the Defense Force. It's
well,
urgent.
someone may have exaggerated quite a bit, but...
And that I need to stay low and avoid any clashes with them.
Word for word! The message came straight from Junior Wise's sister! By the way, your dear sister is here too.
So I guess we'll be informing them of what's going on.
That's the last straw. Shifu, it's time we step in and get an explanation.
No, maybe don't, because that was way too extreme.
What do you mean by step in? Junior Wise just looks a little dazed, that's all. I don't see any signs of cruel mistreatment.
Was it Yuxuan Shifu's
Sufu use a
technique?
To bring me to Swabian Temple?
Seems you're finally catching on now.
Your safety, of course, is our highest priority. But given how you contacted us in such a rush, I assume you've run into some trouble with the military?
Also, is not anyone about, like, asking about the tracker, perhaps?
Come on, Junior Wise. What happened out there that made you call Shifu for help? Don't worry, you can tell us. We're all here for you.
That's right. All your seniors are here.
You lay out intel calculated by Fairy, along with all accompanying suspicions and speculations for everyone.
Cunning as always. Certainly sounds like the Exaltists.
If the Defense Force can't deal with those scoundrels, then we will. When do we set out, Shifu?
Probably.
No need to be hasty. Let Junior Wise
Never
get
mind.
some
I was
proper
about to
rest
say
first.
now, but sounds like that won't be the case. Well, we'll be certainly heading into quite a territory here. Unfortunately, that's all the time I have. I'm already a bit over what I had intended. But, regardless, if you enjoyed the stream, then I hope you had a great time. If you enjoyed the stream, then please leave a like, follow, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Regarding Zenless, the next stream is currently scheduled for Saturday. So make sure to to check that in. Check it out on Saturday right now, 7 p.m. Berlin time. So same time as the last stream. And then also there will still be a punishing stream that I'm gonna be catching up on tomorrow evening as well. Right, I hope you had a great time. It's getting rather late, so I'm gonna head off for tonight as well. But I hope you had a great time, and I hope you'll continue to have a great time with whatever else you'll be doing next, or even go to bed, or whatever else. Anyway, I wish you a great night or day, or what else you'll be doing next. I'll see you tomorrow for punishing, or on Saturday for my Zenless. And I wish you a great night.